just gonna wait till everybody gets in here. My live. Gave myself the first like. Turned my volume down. Dang, am I shadow bound or what? I've been on for 2 minutes and ain't nobody here. Hey Bill, how you doing? KJRSR2. Epic, hey. Big Red, how you doing? I see you, Bill. Nice of y'all to join. Don Davo, Mr. Down Under. How you doing, brother? So how's everybody tonight? Cooking dinner. We got Pizza Hut tonight. Me and my meat lovers, I hate vegetables on pizza. Howdy, mine. Well, I'm gonna put the link up. See if anybody wants to come up. Bam. And now I will pin that. Oh, fucking bitch. Come on. Okay, it should be pinned. Bam, there it is. D. Johns, nice of you to join. JJ, Rance and Randy. Had too much blue, I'll grab my sunglasses. Who wants to come up? Hey, Buckroar. Always a pleasure, bud. Yes, smash that like button on the way in. Let's see how many people I can get to give a thumbs up. My phone just turned off. What the? Oh, I know why. Bud Grower, you know a lot about weed. Come on up here. Everything is peachy down here, Mind Sexy. Or up here, I should say. Bud Grower's the only one with a stone dog that I know of. I gotta take a toke. Y'all wanna see? Since nobody wants to come up here. I've got your back. How's that? I got a tester sack last night. And I tried this little bud that, hey Tonkin, that it really, really fucking, it was so small, but it got so big in the bowl. I broke it up just regular and, hey good boy,
What's going on, brother man?
I'm sitting here blazing, brother.
I was gonna say I can't let you sit up here all by yourself looking all goofy and shit. So I thought I'd get up here and add to the party.
Uh, I'm always goofy, brother. Always.
How'd your holidays go, man?
It was pretty good. Yours?
Yeah, not bad.
I
Just,
had, just a few presents for me, but I don't care about myself. It's all about them kids, and I got a 12 and a 13-year-old, and one of them still believes in Santa Claus. So
hell yeah.
I had to keep all the presents hidden and everything, and it's hard.
Right. Finding all those sweet hiding spots.
Oh yeah, last year we hid it in the attic. This year we didn't dare because that little shit goes by there all the time.
I watched uh I watched something I think it was like a year or two ago after you find all the hiding spots and the parents literally went and baited and hid all of the Christmas presents and the kids his own closet because they always bitched about him never cleaning his room, and they kept all of his stuff in his closet, his own
Holy
closet in
shit.
his room the whole time, and like, hey, by the way, go open your. By the way, once you clear out this pig pen and Merry Christmas. So, there's some smart ass parents.
I would have I would have told him that all his presents are in plain sight and made him look for them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm devious like that. I I like to pull their leg.
Exactly.
I give
Like
them hell all the time.
I can remember going back when my kids were younger. Like back then, I had like video games and iPads or whatever, and I worked, and we had like these huge boxes and stuff, and I'd put like an iPad or not an iPad, but an iPod, which was still expensive back in the day, and I would
Right.
wrap it up in a refrigerator box.
Oh shit.
I spent almost the same amount of money on wrapping paper at the time trying to do it just to be a dick.
It sounds like something I would do.
So you were like, oh, is that a like sort of like a Red Ryder BB gun or whatever? You're thinking, the size of the box or doing whatever, and then take the smallest gift, which is the one they're like expecting, and then wrap it. Because back in the day, I used to do communications, so we had all these boxes, for all the cable boxes and all the equipment that comes in, so I could get as many as I want, and I'd have one inside of the other and like break it down, like like it's one of those little Russian egg things, egg dolls or whatever.
Exactly. I remember when I was a kid, my dad wrapped something up. I forget what it was now, but there's like 100 boxes, and
Mm-hmm.
he must have like searched for months to find little tiny boxes and big boxes and everything that fit.
How to step them down? Yeah, do the step down
Yeah,
thing. Yep.
and little. I okay. I call my dad little because I'm like 3 inches taller than him, and I don't know. I'm probably not anymore. I'm about 6 foot now. I was 6'3" then, and he was
Yeah.
6 foot. But I used to call him little shit. Well, that fucker got me a little shit turd. I don't know where he got it, but it was plastic, and I guess it had a little thing underneath, like if you stick a key in there, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and
What do you say, a shit turd like the emoji,
kind of
or
yeah,
the one, or would you say a key like the wind up key to make it move?
exactly.
There you go. That's what I was gonna say. Yep, the mechanical one. Mm-hmm.
Well, I remember him getting me that, and I set it outside the door like three or four 3 or 4 weeks later, and uh, I think he about fell on himself or some. Oh, he fell down and damn near broke his elbow because he was trying to miss that fucking turd. And I went up there and I grabbed a hold of it and I went like this. I went, and he went to fucking, oh shit. Well, that'll teach you to fucking play goddamn tricks on me.
Mm-hmm.
I learned from the best when I do this shit. So he taught me how to be cunning and conniving.
Right. Devious, as you put it earlier, like
Oh
devious.
yeah, I am very devious now. I don't fuck around. If I'm gonna be devious to somebody, it's with 110%, and I aim to make a statement. I get my old lady all the time. She fucking throws a fit.
Still get her.
Oh yeah, all the time. Like the other day, the cat was all playing and everything, and going back and forth, and I say, "Go in there." Well, I saran wrapped the doorway,
Oh,
and
you
she
did that
went.
one too. Right.
Oh, she ran right into that motherfucker.
Oh, I'd beat your ass
She almost did.
because I know it'd fuck me up. I'd walk in. I'd leave the lights off, and anyways, I know the house, and I walk straight into that. So I'm the perfect person to get with that.
Oh yeah. I I don't turn on lights for nothing around here.
Mm-hmm.
And the only time really like right now I have the lights on because, I'm doing a live, but I want people to see me. But yeah, she had the lights off and everything, and there's another doorway on the other side of this doorway to her room across the hall, and she had to go in there, and that's where that saran wrap was.
Gotcha. That's fucking awesome.
I fucking nailed her with that. I don't think I'll get any. love for about a month after that
I was
one.
gonna say, yep, carpal tunnel. I see carpal tunnel in your future there, brother.
Yes. Maybe she'll feel sorry for me.
Oh, by the way, I just pulled up. Shout out to Bud Grower and to Semi Kind of Tell Rob out there. What's going on, gentlemen? I was in the chat on the
Good.
iPad. You doing all right, Rob?
Oh, yabba dabba do.
There you go, buddy.
Yabba dabba doobie.
I don't know if you were in the
Shoot you
background.
later 900 ready to stovepipe and shoot your lead.
Oh crap,
Got a fresh rolling paper.
Rob's about to
Got
launch
some of
off.
this tangerine orange something or another. And I'm still busting open samples.
Today's your birthday. Your
Oh
birthday's
yeah,
lasted a
it's
long
my
ass
birthday
time.
too. Oh man, my peeps just busted a cover the other night. Neil Young, old man. It's like, you motherfuckers, I just had a birthday. You want to hit me with some Christmas shit like this? What the fuck?
Hey, Laura,
Oh man, take a
Hossel,
look at you.
Leo Watcher. I got 22 people in here right now. That looks like
Yeah,
a
dude.
little turd.
And some of my earwax.
It
Yeah,
does look like earwax.
Hey, it works. It ain't just
Get
for
her
growing
done.
taters anymore, y'all.
That's a right.
Oh, yabba dabba dabba do.
So how do you? Oh, hold on.
I could not believe you was filming inside the VA, dude. I saw that shit the other day.
You like that, huh?
Uh, I
William
thought there were
W.
certain areas within the VA. You'd have to check the sign on the board, but
That's just their policy, dude. It's not the
yep,
law.
yep. It's the exact same thing like a post office or a police station, Rob. Um,
Yeah. You
because
can
I've
go
got
into foyers, hallways, waiting
yep
rooms, all that shit.
elevators, hallways. Yep. That's why we were talking about. I use the one down here in Savannah. It's the same thing, So you have the same ability. It's the public lobby, and then each they have a secure area or a door for every section or what you're there to do. And so yeah, it's completely legal.
Any
this one
business.
secretary up in a VA facility, she was wanting to take a picture with me, and inadvertently she seen a security guy was standing around smoking a cigarette and said, "Here, take our picture." He's like, no, we can't. Policy violations and shit and something or another. Like, oh, well, taking a
That's
snapshot with your
policies for
favorite
them.
secretary.
It's
Taking
not
a snapshot with your favorite secretary out in the smoke barn was not cool back then, or something, or that was the information that we were perceived. But
I
anyway,
I push the envelope. I push every fucking bit I can. I
yeah,
don't
I'll
back
just
down.
push the button.
Don't give
I'll
up.
push the button on my chucha later. Mm,
That's like a percolator for weed. But I also got one of those little motherfuckers. Well, not like that, but god damn it, where'd it go? There it is. I got a little pin, my little indica pin. I love that motherfucker.
And this episode is brought to you by who is this? Simply
Simply
Greens,
green.
Simply Green Extracts.
Hell yeah. This shit right here, I haven't. Well, the damn thing's been charged for almost a year. Been had 3 cartridges through it. This one right here will fucking kick your ass because it's indica.
Yeah,
It will fucking hurt you. I broke my Arkansas stone. I'm all pissed. Look at that. My damn Arkansas stone's all broke. And the worst thing is I dropped it in my fucking coffee.
I don't know how I got this, but what the fuck? Free sample.
Whoa! What the hell was that? Oh,
The tutelator of CDB. I don't know.
CBD.
I don't know what they were doing passing out stuff at the cannabis cup, but what the fuck?
Hey, William
It was my
W., I just
birthday.
got
It's a
over
free
with Gorilla
sample.
Glue. Gorilla Glue was in this. Now all I got is this purple nurple. And oh shit, I gotta show y'all.
I'll tell you what, that one stuff I got, that grape grease or whatever it's called, fuck
That
you
shit
up.
right there is what I got in my pipe right now, and it will fucking kick your ass.
Yeah.
It's probably as good as that purple nurple I have, but the Gorilla Glue is better than the purple nurple. But you can't. The purple nurple, I dare a motherfucker to hold that shit in for more than a second. You will cough your fucking eyeballs will fly out of your head. What the hell what truck just fucking hit my ass? And all that. Hey, Spot Check News. Denver native,
Got
defender of
granny's breath.
rights. Nice of you to join.
There's a spot in Denver if you just Google apple fritter weed.
What?
Yeah, there's a weed. Oh, I think it's on Federal even. Uh, that they have a brand of weed called apple fritter.
Wow. No, I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind trying that shit.
Oh, let me see. I think I still got it in my
I
searches.
got a fucking wild ass. Okay, tuck your fucking ass,
Denver
dude.
apple fritter weed.
Look at that. Man, I need a haircut bad. I used to have, when I was a kid, like 15 years old, I had hair down past my ass and out surfing every day. And I cut my hair, I cried like a baby. And now I can't stand my hair long. So, Too Tall Rob, what's that? Hit that link or hit that other Too Tall.
There we go. I'm in the chat. We got a few people. Do I have a little bit of echo?
Whoa. The other Too Tall fucking bailed out. He kicked himself out. He kicked both of them out.
Gotcha. Was he trying to go on two different devices?
I don't know. I
Okay.
think maybe he was trying to show us something.
Gotcha. I was just checking because every now and again, oh, that was
I had
probably
to
him
pop in
dropping
on
again.
another
Yeah,
device so I could
he's
show
got
you.
the echo or the delay on his side.
Oh,
It's
there
on
was an
Rob's
echo.
side. Sometimes it takes about 10 or 15 seconds to let the stream stabilize. So maybe that's what happened on his side.
Howdy, Todd Sill. Nice of you to join us.
Do a sound check there, Too Tall.
I think he froze.
yeah,
I
I'm
think
watching.
he.
Nah, I
Oh
was gonna say
no, no, he
I'm
wasn't
watching his.
frozen.
I'm watching the reflection off his glasses when he goes into freeze mode. There, he is really good at that.
It's like one of those whoa moments.
So yeah, I think he's got some delay on his internet. Every now and again, he'll have that little bit of delay.
I was doing that the other day. I thought it was because of the new headset I have, but it wasn't.
Like I said, I'm trying. There you go. We can see him. We can see you wave there, Rob.
Oh, okay. Hey, there he is.
But a lot of times as well too. Rob will watch his TV or for the big screen, I believe, and then you have like depending after the stream or during the stream, you get like a 10 or 15 second delay of the movement and stuff. So from the
Apple
device you're on.
fritter was created in the wine regions, Northern California, where lumpy's flowers bred together sour apple and animal cookies to create one of the most potent strains on the market. According to Lumpy's Flowers, the strain is primarily an indica, most like most potent strains. Not much growing information is available on this strain.
There you go. Six banger. Stop in, hit the like
Six
button.
banger!
What
Come up
else we got
here
in
and hit
there?
that torch, brother.
We got William
Eh,
W in there. We got
got
Bell Man. We got MD.
MD is in
Spot check.
here.
Spot check news doing work out there and that state out there doing work there, filming the police. We got Laura in the house. Who else we got here? I just jumped back in the chat. I'm trying to talk while the missus is sitting next to me. Shout out to Elio Copwatcher out of Indiana, doing that real close to my neck of the woods. One of them. So if you're not sub to him, give him some support. He's way under 1,000 subs and gets out there when he can. So make sure you guys show some love.
Guess how many I have now?
Did you break the 1K, brother?
I haven't done that yet, but look at this.
Jesus, so give me 2 seconds. I'll pull up my phone and we'll get you there, man. I've been fighting for you to get your 1K since you're what 45 subs maybe.
I remember if you haven't seen it already, go check out the mayor getting arrested.
Yeah, spot check. Be safe in Indiana.
A lot of the people
Mm-hmm.
here have been, you know, they've been rooting me on since the beginning, and
Mm-hmm.
I remember when it was just my friends that were sub to me.
Exactly.
All I had was friends and family.
And I think that's how I found you is like this one little random thing in your neighborhood or some shit outside your door. Once again, it only takes one interaction for you to become a auditor. Unfortunately, that's what
Yeah.
stinks about.
Dude,
Somebody's
I
got
become an auditor because
somebody's
of
got a
the
secondary
shit here.
device on with reverb.
Tutel, you got a different device? Ah, that's what we hear.
All right. And shout out to Misty. Misty's always got a panel going if you see
Is
somebody
that
in
a little
trouble or
better?
doing something. Yeah, buddy.
Con-
There you go.
Conspiracy against transparency. Nice of you to join us. Dumpster Diva Diva, come on in. Sean Mott, hell yeah. Nice
Yeah,
of you all to join us.
like I said, we got lowercase MD in here, or he or she. But
What
yeah,
happened to Bud Grower? Is he there? We taking
Bud
polls?
Grower's probably taking a toke or two.
yeah.
He goes
But
outside. He don't sit inside and do it.
right, Bud Grower hit that purple nurple and is passed out in the snow in Cali out there. Like
That ain't no shit.
face planting a cup of Starbucks out there, trying not to drown in a mocha latte chaka.
I remember when I lived in Southern California, I lived in Huntington Beach. And God, man, I miss it. I really do. Like surfing was. a big part of my life. I cried like a baby when I
And
got
man,
rid of my
all I
surfboard.
remember in California was Balboa Naval Hospital and the park, Balboa Park, and the Greyhound bus getting the fuck out of town.
I
Right.
used to surf the wedge in between Balboa and Huntington. They had the biggest waves there. But you'd see bottom, like when the wave would curl over, you would see bottom down there when you were surfing. So you tried not to fucking
Right.
like mess
Crushed.
up. Yeah, you don't want to mess up. You'd fuck yourself up.
Was that kind of like I never served myself personally because I'm from the Midwest originally, but I've been on both coasts and around the world and stuff and seen it. But is that like pipeline stuff where you see it like, oh, if you
Yeah,
screw
it's
up
kind of
you're
like that.
gonna.
I've surfed the pipeline. Uh Not the big waves, but uh god damn, that shit scared the shit out of me, but I surfed the littler waves at the pipeline.
Gotcha. So you at least know when you see it to respect it, kind of thing. Like, oh, I'm
Yeah,
I'm not at that
yeah.
class. Yeah.
I'm not no fucking 30-foot wave catcher.
Right.
You know, you got to be pulled in by a ski-doo and shit like
That.
that.
Yeah,
No,
that's crazy. Yeah.
there's no fucking doing that shit. I I rode waves like 6 to 10 feet, but the
Yeah.
highest wave I think I ever rode was like 25 foot, but that was an accident and I just barely caught it.
I think I
And then
would
But
say my
you're
skiing for
committed.
jet skis and water skis.
What Rob say?
what'd you say?
I said I think I'd say my skiing for jet skis and water skis.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm with you, Rob. That's it. I was going to say like a 25-foot wave. It's like, yeah, I'll hit that bad boy with a jet ski. Like, hold on. So that was mine, like motorsports and paddled out in boats and stuff and tubing and so that was my I at one point I owned like 14 jet skis and like three boats. So it was like
Fuck.
watercraft. And so it was like, we take them down for like the kids and just fill them up with gas. And like, hey, you ever been on one? Nope. Here you go. Here's a life jacket and a helmet, depending on their age, and have fun. So
Yep.
I'm like,
Get it
wee.
done.
Yep.
The biggest wave I ever hit, because I was in the Midwest at the time, was on, I think I don't know if anybody's ever heard, it's called Put in Bay up around Sandusky. There's like Cedar Point there and they had this huge cruise ship, and to me that looks like the ocean, being in the Midwest. Of like if you're ever
Yeah.
have you ever seen Lake Erie? And I rented a jet ski
Yep.
in this huge party ship. Like to me, it's even bigger than a yacht. It's like it would be like the equivalent like a barge, but it was like everybody like partying in in the wake that it made. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go for it. And by the way, the jet ski was a rental because I was on vacation there. Because you can't
Oh
have
shit.
cars on it, you have to get like trucked out or not bust out, excuse me, boated out on a party barge to stay on the island and do your stuff. And they have caves. It's a beautiful place if you've never been there.
You
And
want to
so,
talk? You want to talk about a no shit moment?
go for it,
I
Rob.
had a 13-foot flat bottom John boat that had like about a 12-inch rail on it, sideboard.
Mm-hmm.
I had a Johnson or Mercury on 9.9 on the back of it. 5-gallon tank of gas, cooler full of beer, one of my buddies, and some fishing gear. We was out on that Missouri River. We were coming back to the creek to the port and coming off the river down this creek, and there was the boat dock ramp that we was at. Well, we were down creek heading up creek to the creek, and here comes this fucking barge pushing about fucking 60 fucking barges.
Oh
That
God,
motherfucker was kicking some 6 and 7 foot wakes on that son of a bitch.
at
How in the
least.
fuck? I thought my buddy was going to get out of the damn boat and start walking water. He swore he was out of there. He's like, pull this motherfucker over. I'm out. He's like, man, we cannot hit the bank or we'll wash out up there. We got to ride this bitch out, man. I pulled the plug on that. I pulled the plug on that thing. We started taking on water, and he's like, "Oh shit!" He's grabbing his hat and dipping water, and it's like, "Oh, hang on." I reached over and pulled the plug. He was like, "What? Oh fuck no! I'm out of here. You pull the plug, we're gonna die. We're gonna sink." I
Would
said,
you
"Dude, just wait
go
a
ahead?
minute." About 2 minutes later, the floor of that boat was dry enough you could drop a cigarette and pick it back up and still smoke it.
Uh, that's good thinking because most people don't know that what Rob was just saying. So when you pull that
Yeah,
drain plug and you give a little gas, it and you get momentum going forward, the water pulls out the back, and then you put it back, and that's how
Oh yeah.
you bail
I
your boat on
mean,
the move,
I mean,
Yep.
it's easier than getting a girl out of a bra on prom night.
right? And what'd you say, Rob?
Yeah.
The guy was trying to use your
You want
buddy
to
was
sit
trying to
there and
use
try
his hat.
paling that water, or you want to just
Yeah,
pull the plug and have that damn thing on the floorboard in no time?
there you go. That's an awesome story, Rob. It's so true. Is like you can sit there and like you'll
Oh
see
shit!
people like they'll pull up like a cup or something, or like you said, I think you just said your buddy was trying to use his hat to bail the water.
Yeah,
He's like,
he's got a summer ball cap, with the mesh on the backside of it. He's sitting there scooping away like, what the fuck are you doing? You're getting me wet back here, dummy. We're busting along
exactly.
about 20 mile an hour, top end on that
Uh,
boat.
and here's where, so to speak, it's not, but I call it no offense to anybody that takes disrespect the term redneck engineering. When I say that, it's called um, experience. Like, hey, we're taking on water. We're about to fucking sink. Hold on. Pull the drain plug. Hit the gas, which the 9.9 is a decent sized motor. I've had those on little John boats, so I know exactly what you're in. Like, hey, let me teach you a life lesson. Vroom,
Yeah,
and gravity is going to put the water out the back of that drain plug while you're still taking on water. So that's awesome, dude. I've done that on jet skis. I've done that on boats. I've done it for other people. So it's beautiful
yeah.
you
I
said
mean,
that.
the only time you put the plug in is when you're at port. Rest of the time you got the
Exactly.
hammer on, pull that bitch.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember when I was telling you about having all those jet skis, which is a true story because that was kind of something me and my buddy got us into because we were bored.
I've
We
never
worked
known
six.
anybody to own just one.
Right. So we get bored. So I had a buddy. His hobby was, hey, I like to buy jet skis and fix them up, and I like to buy boats and refurbish. That was what he would do after work. We worked 6 days a week. Sometimes seven. Actually, normally seven, for like 9 months straight. 9 months straight, 7 days a week. So we were making really good money, so to speak, and. So he'd get bored with one, and so I bought that boat. And then there was the next trader upper, and then boom, then like jet skis. We bought this just to put it in perspective. When we're talking about watercraft, somebody took this like because we had too many. Normally our vehicles we could carry like four at a time. So he had four, I had four. Then we like have to get a hold of somebody and be like, hey, you want to go down? So we're stacking these things on tires to go down just to drop them off for people to go play with and do whatever. But we found on eBay one time. This is how much in the game we were. This guy had took like a fishing boat bass trailer, absolutely beautiful. Had it painted like the yellow Corvette orange, had Corvette lights in it, and it was like a 16 jet ski trailer where you could actually lower them. You dip it down even more, and so we went in together. It was like okay, and so we just used to pull these things down for the kids where I was at in Indiana and for them to go. Like somebody, just random person walking up and wanted to say, "Oh wow, take a picture." And he's like, "Hey, you ever been on a jet ski?" There you
Hey,
go.
check this out. Up here, First Amendment audit said, "Isn't this a weed session?"
And
And
we,
then
oh,
William W. down there says, First Amendment audits, it's upstate audits stream. That isn't it always a weed session?
right.
Yes, it is always a fucking weed session here.
I think I
But
think I think we turned it into a boating, water, jet ski,
fuck
whatever.
no, it's still all about weed. Fuck, you can do
Yeah,
that shit and
yeah.
smoke weed too,
I was gonna say you can light a joint on a jet ski, baby.
Fuck yeah.
Yes, there was a bong on board the puddle jumper. I called that little boat the puddle jumper.
Yeah.
Yes, I did have the bong on there, and we did have a about a 2 gallon tub of weed that we'd harvested.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say
Of course, I
two
had my
talls
weed
and
that I
a.
already had smoking, but we done went and harvested some.
I'll be back, bro.
I was gonna say two talls in there. But hey, long story short, two tall didn't sink the boat, and he kept the fucking weed, and he saved the bong. So there we go. That's how we bring it back.
Yeah, I mean, now I did sink the puddle jumper one time.
Hmm.
We was out there. I had a girlfriend. I had the bong. I had guitar. I had my guitar buddy Stacy and a friend of mine Lenny.
On your
We
John
were
boat,
just out. We were just out having a session, smoking weed, picking on the
right?
guitar, getting drunk. Just out on fucking big old lake out there in Missouri. Well, fucking kaboom! Weather busted open. It started pissing cats and dogs on us.
Yeah.
So I scooted over to the boat ramp and unloaded everybody in the cooler and the guitar. Gave Lenny the keys to my car, 69 Chevelle with the boat ramp on it, or the boat trailer on it. Put her in the fucking water, dude. I pull up and he's sitting there. He's got the water. He's got the axles to the water. No, that's good. Wait until I get there before you sink the trailer.
Right.
I come in there and he was turning around. The wind was blowing me, so I had to circle around, make another approach to the trailer. He backed her on in there good and deep. He'd had the damn near tail lights down to the water.
Oh shit. On the Chevelle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's past the axle. So he's in that slippery little pond mess on the
Well,
load and
well, I
shit,
mean
right?
the boat ramp and everything. He had it in there.
Mm-hmm.
The tires weren't, the bearings weren't under the water yet. But
Gotcha.
it was like, dude, you got it's in far enough. I can't even see the fucking trailer. You know what I'm saying? It's underwater.
Right.
I'm sitting there, pull it up a little bit, pull it up, and I'll spin around and come back out to make another approach, and I come back. And I'm getting fucking mad. The boat's about full of water. I pull the plug, wood out for a spin, rip it up to empty. It's hammering down. You can't see shit. I
Right.
find the fucking boat dock. There's the trailer. There's the car. I'm coming in. I shut it down the speed. And the fucking water rushed over the backboard and swamped me right fucking there by the trailer.
Oh.
I'm sitting there dragging the boat and everything. Get on the fucking trailer, you son of a bitch. And my buddies, they're out there in the fucking car. It's fucking all steamed up and shit. They're blowing a fucking joint. They don't even see me out there fucking in all that weather. Yeah.
I was gonna say there was probably some accessories with that trip of like, oh, it's cool. Like I said, loading the boat. Just so you know, if you ever buy a boat, anybody, or a jet ski or watercraft, it is an art form. Depending on the
Yes.
conditions, it is a art form, a skill. Don't ever go out and buy your first brand new boat and attempt to do what we're talking about here because you will
No.
jack that thing up. I'm talking about like little boats or big boats. Buy a used boat, invest that 2 grand to practice just alone for your vehicle and boarding and docking because boating is like it's like what Rob's talking about. Like these motherfuckers over there
It's
blowing
like having
blowing
another
drill.
wife.
Oh
You
my
buy a
god,
boat,
yeah.
it's like having another wife.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. Because you treat it like a fucking baby. Because without it, you would be able to go fishing, go out, have fun, go out and chill, fucking smoke a joint, whatever. Uh, it's fucking badass.
It's
It's,
work. It's awesome. It's an awesome
yeah,
extension, but it's a lot of work. So you imagine.
yeah.
So say if you got like a say an 18-foot or a 20-foot Bayliner, or depending on which brand you're into or what's more prominent in your area. So you have to load up. I'm going as perspective as a boat owner and having a family. Say you have 4 people or 5 other people, or you want to invite some friends. So you got to fill it up. You got to say, okay, well, we're out there. We need drinks and we need some. We're gonna need some food, and we got to load up the tubes, and we got to do this and gas it up. pull it, you get everybody out of it, then you got to back it down. If you don't have another person, so to speak, that has an experience with launching or what's my word I'm looking for, Rob, on recovering the boat, like the story you just told,
Yes.
recovering, docking, so to speak, docking on the trailer. And so there's so much work that goes into it. So by the time you get out there, that's why most people say, "Oh, I'm never going to buy a boat. I just need a friend that has one." So if you're that guy that knows how to handle a boat, you can have a guy with a $20,000 or $30,000 boat. He's your best friend. He don't give a shit about anybody else because he knows when you're launching it, he's going to get the truck up there. He's going to walk back down while you pull it out, get it started, boom, run around, pull up to the dock without tearing it up. It's like it's so
Know
much, so
how
to
to
speak.
back up that fucking trailer.
Back up the trailer to the right depth,
Yes.
not sink your vehicle.
Yes.
Remember, if you trust them enough to know how to start to maneuver it, and then load everybody up. It's just go down in the summertime or the springtime this year. Anybody that's listening to us that care about what we're talking about, and just go sit at a boat dock and just
Yeah.
pull out your camera on a decent size. Say if you have the ability of a boat launching place where you can put like about 8 vehicles side by side. They're doing this with people that just got their very first boat or they've been there for a long time, and just watch them, and you keep slapping your head like, oh my god, they're gonna.
And you know the ones that are going to fuck up because they got that look on their face. They
Yeah,
don't know what they're doing. So get a camera that you can zoom in so that
yeah.
you can see them when they're coming up.
I kid you. I wish back in the day. I mean, I had like phones before. I'd like the GoPro. I'm going back. What I'm trying to think of it now. Maybe 10 years. And when I was talking about, we'd go and we'd pull up, and we knew we had like a, so to speak, a crew of people because we had a whole lot of gear, i.e., like watercraft and stuff. It was like boom, boom, boom. Everybody had their own job, their own operation, depending on the vehicle. It was like clockwork. And so then
Yep.
we'd sit there. We got so bored on like boating and doing it. We just like literally was like, "Hey, take the boat. Hey, I've never met you before. I've known you
QT,
for four." Go ahead, brother.
have I ever told you about my truck I bought in New Orleans from she was from Shreveport, but my favorite waitress was selling her
You're
husband's truck.
real quick, Rob. Your audio went just a little bit low. I don't know if it's on my side, but I'm trying to listen. I leaned in, so that's what. So I don't know if he
Can you
was.
hear me now? Can you hear me now?
There you are, brother.
Ah!
Uh,
Holy shit.
I went to my headset. Uh,
Okay.
my favorite waitress in the whole wide world. I was talking to her one Christmas Eve or something, and she mentioned selling her deceased husband's truck during the conversation. I said, "Well, if you're selling that truck, I want to be sure to get a bid in on it." And she says, "Well, make me an offer." And like, "Well, you set me a price." And next thing you know, I was off to buying the truck. uh, anyway, long story short, I'm up in Big Lake, Minnesota, living in a fish shack of sorts, or my buddy's sofa. I've got a camping trailer and just bought a pontoon boat, and my buddy just wrecked my '78 Chevy truck on a liquor run, and now a girlfriend of mine, she's got her husband's truck for sale. Well, we conjured up. Well, we'd take a weekend. Well, a week, you know. We'll float to Louisiana and pick up that truck and drive home. So me and two buddies of mine and my dog floated to Mississippi to Louisiana to go buy a boat,
In your little John boat.
or no, to buy a no. This was with the pontoon boat I'd bought.
Oh, I was going to
24.
say you because you said float. I apologize. Your audio is still just a little bit
I had
low, so
a
I'm trying to.
I had a 24-foot pontoon bass buggy that I got on the trailer. I got that thing in a salvage auction for like
Uh
eight
huh.
hundred bucks.
Oh, that's pretty good. Hell yeah.
Some goof laid it over on its side when he was trailering it. Didn't tear it up too bad. Punctured a tune, repaired it, filled him
Mm-hmm.
halfway full of foam.
Right.
It was sweet. Anyway, that boat's still up in Minnesota. Anyway, we put that bitch in the water in the Mississippi as soon as spring came. Put the trailer
Jesus.
behind it with a couple of them blue barrels tied to the axle to keep the axles out of the water and made a hitch to the pontoon on one side of the boat and down the river we went. Time to buy a truck, boys. We'll
That
be
is
right
the
back. Well, we'll be back for Buddy up there. He runs a painting business, and
uh
there went three of his crew members going to Louisiana to buy a truck. You better hurry back. That didn't happen. Well, we left.
Hey everybody, the reason why I'm putting on I can say this now that the old lady isn't in here. I'm putting up my PayPal so that I'm trying to get the old lady a computer. Not a computer, but a laptop. It's a gaming laptop over at Walmart. It's like 400 bucks. And she has been eyeballing that, and I wasn't able to get it for Christmas because we were so worried about the kids. But I'm getting it for her before the first, or well, probably about the third. But any
Hell or high
additional
water.
cash helps.
Hell or high
And I
water
have,
if you want a part of this mission.
yeah, if y'all want to contribute, I would very highly appreciate it.
Yeah.
I can do it all myself, but
there you
support
go.
always helps.
Once again, I like that too. She's not here, so you know she's not listening. So, hey, do me a favor, Upstate, send that link to my phone number.
But anyway, yeah,
Do I have your phone number?
we
Remember, you were
went
supposed to
to.
write it down for the VA stuff. So you're supposed to. I thought you already had it. Remember,
It
we were.
Anyway, we left Louisiana
the
and
one
drove
that
up to Missouri.
ends in 7982.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Apologize, Rob. We're just trying to get
Yeah,
some.
yeah,
I
yeah.
still,
That's
yeah,
cool.
hold on that story. Just trying to get something
Yeah,
fixed there real quick. Well, so yeah. So that's the one, Upstate. Just send the goat emoji, and
we left Louisiana
he's still talking. I think he's on delay.
and we went on to Missouri on the way home and picked up a few things and stopped by my little spot down at Lake of the Ozarks area. And we put the boat in the water for a while. Then we thought, well, buddy of mine said something about his aunt out in Arizona, so we went to Lake Powell with the new
Yeah,
truck and the pontoon boat, and
they've
we
got
wound
big.
up.
They've got when you say Ozarks and stuff around there, they got big water, man. That's big water. So I'm like picturing.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
I'm
big
picturing
water.
that's real. Like I call it big water. Most people don't understand. Like if you see the ocean, what he's describing. You talk about the Mississippi and the Ozarks and shit like that. That's like big ass water,
Yeah, that's
especially
water
when
that'll
you're
kill you. Water
yeah.
that'll kill you
Hmm.
quick. Uh, then we wound up from Lake Powell to Lake Tahoe, and we made it back to Minnesota for the first snowfall. Boss man was not happy with us. What are you gonna do? Lay us off? Fuck, damn near broke up to the business anyway.
Right.
But anyway, my buddy's dad up there. Uh, I told him he his dad died and left him a yacht, big old 65-foot Hatteras,
Oh damn, that's
and
that's actually a yacht. Yeah, you say 65 feet. That's
that's what
that's a,
I
that's a,
that's what
that's a
I've been
boat, dude.
investing for my retirement house.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah,
we just
65 feet. You
we
could
just
live on
sold
a
it. We just sold my South Dakota project here a while ago, and still dealing with some of the shit from all of that and getting all the
right.
money, closings and this and that and revenues and stuff. And I don't know where the fuck is my lighter.
I'm still
For
waiting
a
for that
sec.
text to come through. Upstate,
I'm,
working on it.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll just stimulate and check.
Well, if you just send a text just with the emoji, then I'll have that contact saved. I think I already have you. I think, but just make sure on them. Sorry, once again, I didn't mean to cut you off, Rob. There, I was just trying to.
Oh, that's cool.
There you go. It just came through, brother. All right, cool.
But yeah, I did a bit of painting up there at that Mall of America. And you
Is
can
that the
paint
one
your.
that the big like? Is that Minneapolis?
Yeah,
Did
that's
you
the
just
biggest
get
mall,
a?
super mall.
Oh, Bugger's back. How you doing,
Say,
Bugger?
Hey, how's it going upstate?
Did you have a
It's
nap?
going.
Rob, I can barely hear you, brother. It's almost
yeah,
like
Rob's.
he's like
He
so far away from us. It's
he
It's
switched to
like you
his
got.
he switched to his
Can you hear me
headphones.
now?
That's where. Yeah, he switched to his headphones. That's why
Can
I
you hear me
believe.
now?
Yeah.
Test two, three. Test two, three.
I don't think you stopped. Hey, I'd like to say hi to everybody out there. There's First Amendment audits, Token in the UK, Twyla, Bill Admin, Misty Big Red, Hassel. Great to see y'all.
Did you get that, go boy?
Yeah, I just texted you right back with a goat emoji just to make sure that was you. Once again,
Yeah.
shout out to Red for sending. She sent that link there as well too. So yeah, we'll put a.
ECWO Epic is in the house. Awesome to have you here, brother.
Can you hear me now? Test two,
Now we can
three.
hear you. Yeah.
There
Cool.
you are, there you are, Rob. But yeah, once again, I was here and I was leaning because I got my earbuds in and stuff too. Once again, I'm
Better?
a. Now there we
That
go.
too loud? Is that too loud?
No, that's good.
Is this good? Test two, three. Good, good,
Yep.
Perfect,
We hear
Yes.
you now,
perfect,
brother.
Rob. There we go.
Yes.
good.
Ooh, I hope you make me one of your mods too, First Amendment. I'm waiting for that.
Me
Yeah.
too.
If you go to your settings and your audio button and you turn on echo cancellation and turn off stereo, you can find the microphone volume.
Hmm.
StreamYards, where you been hiding that button? I forgot where the fuck it was.
Upstate, do you have any mods on your channel yet? I haven't seen anybody wrenched up. That's what I was asking about your.
Oh yeah. First Amendment audits.
Oh, everyone. Poor Dirt Farmer for some reason isn't blue.
ECW, Twyla,
I'm red.
Hostile.
Okay.
I'm blue.
Tonkin, Bell
Oh,
Admin.
I guess I because I can't see them. That's why normally because I know Twyla and Bell Admin, but
I
I'm
got
since
the
I'm I
blues.
guess since I'm up here, a lot of times it'll normally show a wrench even, but maybe it's because I'm in the StreamYard app
Hey,
and I'm on the
Yeah,
iPad.
Yeah,
StreamYard
StreamYard
doesn't do it.
doesn't show it. Doesn't show it at all, but
Gotcha,
the
Uh,
majority of them are blue anyway.
gotcha.
hey, put up
Hostile should
something
have a
in the
wrench.
chat and yeah, say something in the chat and I'll make you a mod too.
Love your puppy.
So yeah, shout out to Bud Grower. He's good on those links. So I like to. Oh, I'm scrolling back there because
Did
that's what I was
YouTube
asking about your.
unfuck that?
Ooh,
Not
Dark
yet.
Star is in the building. Nice to have you, brother. Say hi.
Yeah, I had a couple days off from YouTube. I went to Kansas
Hmm.
City, had some time with my daughter and baby mama. And yeah, that was fucked up. I had about a rack and a half of leftover Gates barbecues that I left at the fucking house.
Oh shit.
I'm 2 hours down the road. It's like, where the fucking ribs? I look in the back of the van. I made the next exit, stopped to pee, look in the back of the van. I said,
Hey,
motherfucker. I called my
listen,
daughter,
I got a public announcement. Trump just signed a stimulus bill.
Nice.
who
and
just
what's in it for us?
I was gonna say
2,500.
who just did the announcement? I apologize. I'm not looking at the.
Uh
Trump's administration made it official, but everyone tried to make out it was him holding it up, but it wasn't. It's we get $2,500 now. Remember, the um the immigrants are talking about, people are bitching about, oh, they're just getting the back pay. It was, I mean, if it would have been anyone else, they would have got the back pay. I mean, I
I
would agree with the
apologize.
back pay,
I'm gonna have to switch
but
over to see who's. Oh, that's
they
Bud
get
talking.
1,200 more dollars added to it, so it's 2,530, whatever it is. They get like
What's
three
So,
thousand something.
what's
so
what's
us
the what's
disabled
the
people,
so
somebody like me, will I be getting how much?
2,500.
2,500?
shutdown averted
Yes.
after Trump signs COVID
No
stimulus
shit.
package and spending measure? Hey, Bud Gurr, can you throw up the link for what you just on that link that you just seen that
No
come
Uh,
shit.
through?
no, I'd have to. I have to go out and
April
switch the
27,
Discord and get him to
2020,
Budko, but
8:02
wait a minute,
p.m.
wait a minute. Confirmation. You said
hold on.
2,500?
That's what they said. I need to get my roommate to send the fucking link.
Okay, Bud.
Once he does, I'll put it
Ah,
up. But that was tentative what they originally started. Now, what happened was Pelosi had signed it, and supposedly it went through, right? But the
Oh, that's all
Democratic
the
Party
history. Yeah.
stopped the shit, right? So they've been arguing the last couple days. Well, I'm hoping that if he signed it, which he would have, they would have had to gone back into session and reamped it, which we would have heard about. But no, so it should be the original one that was sent up to Pelosi that she signed, that the Democrats stalled. So that would make it, or I mean, the Republicans stalled. That would mean it's the same bill, which means 20. There are 2,000. I'm sorry, they went to 2,000. My bad.
For the difference from the 2000 to 2500 is where you misspoke, right?
Right, I misspoke. It's
Okay,
2,000,
it's
I
fair
guess.
enough.
this is a
Yeah,
Sorry, I
long ass
thought it was
article.
25. Yeah, it is because it was an argument not by Trump, but by
give me one second,
The
baby.
Republicans in Trump's administration were doing it, or this senators or congressmen from the Republicans were stalling it because they wanted something added. I really didn't care. I was like, screw them. It's not one group of those idiots. It's another.
I don't know if y'all can read that or not.
Well, we were and just went.
Look in the basement upstate. I got something for you to look at.
Okay.
You need to punch some buttons around or something. All I see is upstate big screen.
Hold
There you
on.
go.
I'm getting it down now.
And real quick, like I said, QT's. I just gave her. Is my audio back?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rob,
She
I love the icon, brother.
so she's pulling up, but yeah, like I said, either way, this money, this in my opinion, should have been um, already been given
Dispersed.
out. Like even in the last run for the $3.25 trillion, and this 900 billion is nothing, and all the other BS it's loaded up for that stuff. So, but yeah,
Yeah, and
I once again I appreciate you for jumping in there, Bud. Let me know because we were just on the stream and you said it came out at 8:02. I looked up at the clock and I'm like, well, crap! I just kind of came out just to I was trying to think of like time zones because a lot of us are on different time zones.
oh, true.
So
Fine.
so
Look at this now. Yeah, my friend just typed that it went through. He's really big into the politics.
mm-hmm,
I mean, seriously, it's
mm-hmm.
As soon as I got that, I put it in.
what kills me is the amount of money they get. If you were to average it out, all Americans should get like what, $45,000 each, and yet they're squibbling over us getting 2,000 of the money that's put toward the package.
And you're just and even with that comment you just made there, Bud, you're just referring to this 900 billion package, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. I was beating. I'm once again a numbers guy and poli sci guy, and I've talked before I met any of you guys about imagine we have some smart people in here break down the stimulus package or relief package for the American citizen on $3.25 trillion. This is just a drop in the bucket of the 900 billion. I understand you have to bail out businesses. I know we need infrastructure and da 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 da. This 900, and everybody's like, oh, well, you're gonna get $600. What's six? I mean, to somebody that's doesn't have $600, it's a lot of money, but
It is, but it's really not.
it's not. It's not. I mean, I literally on the last stimulus package when it was $3.25 trillion, and they gave what was it, $1,200, I think, to a somebody quote me, was it $1,200? Sorry, I'm talking to the wife at the same time to make sure my numbers are right. And then if you had a dependent, was another 500 per dependent. It was like by the time we'd flown home, this is the reason I broke down the math for the stuff. Like, hey, we're getting ready to go into a lockdown. The price of canned goods and stuff of that nature and a gallon of gas had gone up. By the time you waited X amount of time, even if you were off work, like almost negated like 70% of that just for going to buy a can of green beans at the grocery store. Like, you know what I mean? For your original, like your power of shopping or just for your food products or toilet paper and stuff. If you could, yeah, if you had to go and like, okay, hey, we're saving the country, we care about you, and hey, here's $1,200, and you have to sign and go. Well, if you got back taxes, or if you owe child support, or hey, if you're starving, you're getting kicked out of your house, and all these other policies and bullshit, they could have spent $900 billion trying to streamline the system, in my mind, to get the people the money that need it in this situation
Yes,
that was created. I don't care. I mean, I don't care. I know that's still a sort of amount of money because we already pay them. This shit should already be set in place. They
yes.
spend, they spend
How
like,
much did they just give themselves as a raise?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's insanity.
What the
yeah.
fuck?
Well, it's coming from a bunch of
But
motherfuckers
we're
that
in the middle of
Mm-hmm.
a fucking
right
crisis here.
in
Mm-hmm.
But they can go ahead
lifetime.
and give themselves a fucking raise. Give us a
Yep,
fucking raise, motherfuckers.
exactly. and
The same
and
thing with the
that's
housing.
you remember, like, I apologize real quick. I don't mean to over talk anybody, but that's the term pork bellies. The first time I ever heard pork bellies, when you see 15,000 or 100,000 page of one law being there and all that bullshit that's laced in there and all that in between and people going, okay, we need this, whatever. It has nothing. It should be like one, like if you're in the government right now, it should be one page. Hey, we are taking X amount of dollars and we're sending out to all the people to cover this shit on one piece of paper. You sign it, game over. Not 80,000 pages of pieces of paper of people. Well, hey, I want to add money to this and I need this bullshit. It's about, I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, liberal, fucking atheist, whatever. There should be one piece of paper saying we are giving this money to the American population that's suffering from this pandemic. If you believe in it, if you don't, but it's created a lot of problems for a lot of other people. It's that simple. That's transparency in my mind, you know. So I apologize and I'll yield. I'm getting fired
Transparency
up.
in my mind is those public service or servants that don't give a fuck if they're on camera, whether it be their own or somebody else's. That's all public servants and don't have anything to hide. Cause me, I don't care. I mean, I have nothing to hide. I spill it all out, and I see it as, you know, my own self being transparent, you know? Well, if I'm going to do it like that and I go out and record these public servants, they should have the same attitude as me. It's just the way I think. You know, if I'm going to record them, I expect them to fucking be on their best behavior like I am. Period. No doubt. If I went to the VA and that secretary hadn't told the security my name. He'd have never even known. But he went in there and asked the wrong person my name. And I heard this. I was like, well, okay, I'll give him a couple of times. And he said it a couple of times. And then I fessed up. Hey, I'm Michael Kingsbury. This is how it is. I will always be that one motherfucker out there that doesn't cut his tapes down, doesn't do any editing, shows the whole thing for what it is. And it might be a long one, it might be a short one, but it's going to be an audit and holding my public servants accountable. And that's what I believe. After I seen how the people are here in Massena, New York, I was like, what the fuck? I got to do something about this. And then I started watching videos and I was like, man, these guys, they're teaching me everything that I need to know. I need to apply this to my town. And that's when I did my first audit. And then my second and third and fourth and fifth. I don't even know how many I have now. And my whole goal behind doing these panels is so that I can go live on YouTube and get my watch hours up and everything else like that and be able to do this. And I I have told everybody I want to do a 360 or something like that. But what I'm going to do is make it the best fucking audit. I'm going to do my first one live will be the border of Canada and the US. It's just like 5 miles from here. It's not that far down the road. And I've already experienced one uh, border agent, and he was awesome. If I could see that and not get approached or anything else like that by any border agents, not only will they be a pass, but God, they got my heart, man. That's awesome. When I've seen the southern border agents go fucking nuts. And just because somebody didn't want to say American citizen, I don't have to say shit to them. So they're just gonna have to take my word for it. This white boy got fucking green eyes. Do I look like a Mexican? You know? So I don't answer them motherfuckers. And my next one, I'm not going through the border. I'm just gonna stand there at the border on the US side and film for all it's worth. And if they pass, that's a blessing. If they don't pass, it's going to be a very educational video. And that's going to be my first one.
And that's why, like you said, upstate. I like, some people. I got in a debate the other day about somebody saying, no, you could have condensed this video into 3 or 4 minutes of content. But I also like, you examine, hey, did the person holding it, to keep the transparency on both sides coming up and filming. So I want to see, hey, I'm driving from point A to point B. Here's the interaction in its entirety. And
Yes.
so without the editing, and so that's what I like to know. Hey, did the person, when I watch auditors, I've been in this game for a minute. I see them step on the grass. Some of the biggest ones. Oh, it's right there. Boom. Hey, did they, so to speak, jaywalk? Boom. You can
Yeah.
measure the spot at the same time. So I like that video in its entirety. If you ever get into editing, to break it down, but also post the link for the entirety of its video, so there's no question of that stuff. So that's why I'll watch an hour and a half long video of somebody having a 3 second conversation to go, oh, they fucked up or they fucked up. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
So don't ever go into that. There's nothing worse than somebody filming and just sitting there and chopping it down to, okay, look, and then boom. We all make mistakes.
If
in
I
life, and
ever edit anything, it'll be to be like a best of,
hmm
or tyrant
Did
alert, or Karens, or
yeah,
something like that.
yo
exactly.
yo. Have you guys heard any news that Congress is planning to veto this action tomorrow? Not to
What?
piss in anybody's Cheerios, but
No, that's
be
fine.
prepared.
QT was working on it. She got about a few seconds into it, and the way she was looking at it, once again, don't take my word because I'm just giving what little advice she had there. It was only for the 6th, so if the veto is going to come into play, then it'll probably get. You wouldn't launch something like this for this kind of but I know. I guess that's a lie, not a lie, but I just corrected myself. Why would you drop this kind of news on a Sunday, so to speak? You wanted to be on Monday if you're trying to get any kind of traction on it, but he had the deadline to do it by 8, so that makes sense, or 9, so that makes sense of why he signed it there. So you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
there was something I'd seen that he said something about he signed it and let something about argue it out later or some shit. It was
hmm
like, ooh, yeah, there's more
so
beans in
yeah,
the coffee than we expected.
exactly. So he's
Yeah.
putting once again he only had up to the certain. I believe it was Bud Grower, by the way. If he's still in here,
Yep.
I see it. There you go. He's talking. Okay, that he had the signing deadline by what 8 was it 8?
Yeah, I think it
Oh,
was.
okay. So if he signed it at 7:59, once again it was on a Sunday, so it wouldn't be, if he was in your middle of your presidency or something, that would be. But he didn't have a choice. He just waited to the last second to sign it, and then, like you said, what Rob just mentioned, that yeah, fight it out. So
Let
it'll be
legislation
sad.
take its course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did my part at the last minute. Go fuck yourselves. I'm out of here.
It's on you. Yep, it's on you. And we got what are we down? What's it? Anybody else know the law there? What, January 2nd, right? Is that where they have to sign over the White House? Is that January 2nd or
I
What,
thought
what,
it
what
January 20th?
was
kind of?
the 20th.
I got a question though.
I want to say the 20th. That sounds like right. January 20th, right?
I think so.
Have you
hmm
guys heard any of the stories about some of the things that the first ladies hang on to when they leave the White House? Just wonder what Melania's going to hang on to when she leaves. Yeah, attempting to pilfer the good stuff.
Once again, once it's changed over, she's going to be pilfering half of his cash if she had a good prenup, because she's getting divorced after dealing with this guy for a long time.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah, she's pilfering. She's pilfering whatever. it will. It will.
Holy
It,
shit.
it will become public when she files for divorce. And I've said this for a long time after he was
But
got
now
caught
think
banging
about that. Think about
Stormy.
that.
So you can't. So you can hide your taxes. You can hide your net worth and all this stuff that's supposed to be public, and da 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 da, and spend. If you can spend 3 or 5 or $50 million to hide what people want to know about you, once she files for divorce, it becomes public record. For an NDA and the prenup, that will all become record. When she files divorce and says, "Hey, you're not the president anymore. I want to be standing next to you or hold your hand getting off Air Force One. I want to live in 2 separate places. Go fuck yourself. Have a nice day." So
Yep.
that's what. So,
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
yep. He's like, I
Suck,
don't.
sucks to be you.
Right. Yeah.
But
And
I mean, now think about it. I mean, she's still kind of a young woman. She's still kind of hot. I mean,
yeah.
who's going to want to date a girl that, oh, my ex is the president? Yeah,
Yeah,
not me.
probably a rich Democrat. He's like, I'll tap that just to get some repay. Tap. I'm bringing politics into it, but I'm bringing humor at the same time. Like, yeah, who's the richest Democrat in the world? Like like say 40 years old, the richest Democrat in the world.
Holy
Let's see.
fuck.
Roll over and give her some of that pork belly
There we
backdoor
go.
bills.
It's like, hey, you want to? I don't know if Steve Bezos is like a billionaire because he just recently got divorced and lost what, like $40 billion. But imagine that if he hooked up and was like, oh, you want to see a real businessman? I'll show you a businessman.
$40 billion.
Well, he was when they're still in court. I believe somebody can pull up those numbers. I know we got some smart people in chat. I can't see it, but yeah, I want to say it's more than that. So Bezos was like, well, I want to say when she filed for divorce was worth 240 billion,
Is that a
God
fatty?
dang.
and she had a prenup in place when she filed for divorce.
Is that a
So now
fatty?
imagine 240
Is that a
billion.
joint?
Yep.
And I'm telling you, Bezos will be on Amazon. Think about what you guys have spent or whatever, and the way the life or
And
whatever.
roll.
He will be the first trillionaire ever in the world. Quote me. Mark my words
Yep.
right here on this chat. He will be the first trillionaire ever in American history.
Yep.
Easily. And if you guys don't know, once again, I have no problem against him or his views or whatever. I was like, shit, a businessman's a businessman, whatever. But he will be the very first trillionaire ever in the world, other than his hit from his divorce, depending if she takes half. There's an old skit like Chris Rock, and they go, if you got 30 million and you get a divorce, the wife takes half, then no problem. Now, if you only have 30,000 and she takes half, now that's an issue. I know I'm
Yes.
just so right. So say she only takes 130. Once again, don't quote me because this has been when she filed for divorce. If you guys didn't know that, 130 billion and walks away. He's probably made just over the Christmas season and stuff since the COVID thing. He's probably made. I haven't looked up the stock market on the net worth again because it's in limbo. Probably another 75 billion, easy,
Damn.
easily, easily. That's how rich he'll be, the very first trillionaire. Like I said, it would be like. So that's what you got me talking about with what's the first thing she's going to do about pilfering. She's going to serve those. I guarantee you, she's got lawyers set up and those papers ready to hand him. Go fuck yourself. Have a nice day. Thanks for putting me
Yep.
out in the public eye for banging a fucking hooker in a hotel while we were married. And once again, I'm not, so to speak, going anti-Trump. I'm just talking as what I would do. Hey, I'm gonna keep the public together. I'm gonna put on that persona. Da 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 da. But as soon as January 20th comes, oh shit, all your shit's coming out. She'll sell her book for probably $100 million, writing about their experience in their life together.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And,
100%.
and I hope they give her a half a billion. I don't give a shit. Like, hey, you've hid this, you've done this, and all the other stuff. They can give her all the money in the world. She's never done anything wrong to me. But like, hey,
Exactly.
all your lies are exposed. You get like, hey, I walked the dog for President Clinton, and they get a book for 10 million. Imagine her filing for divorce papers, and her prenup's already set, and then walking out the door, and somebody's gonna like for $500 million for your story. Deserves every penny. No lies, no in between.
Exactly.
Like boom.
That's fucking badass.
And once again, where it comes into, if you guys know, like, so once again, husbands and wives, so to speak, they have that law where you can't testify against each other. Once she serves that paper, that intent on the 21st, out the door for when the changeover of power, she can say whatever the fuck she wants to.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Who that
Good,
is?
good.
Peace.
So I just thought I'd introduce myself. My name is Under a Blood Red Sky. I'm Irish American, dual citizenship, and I just thought I'd just say hello to everybody.
Oh,
How
awesome!
you doing?
Appreciate you stepping up. Oh, you're Irish, so throw another shrimp on the
Yeah,
Barbie, eh?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Welcome to me
uh,
ranting and talking. So welcome, brother. Respect
Thank you so
Ireland.
much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, and we love you guys. And I definitely would be drawn to you. My name is comes from the U2 album. I hope you like U2 as well.
Oh,
One of the
yeah.
air, Yeah, one of the earlier albums is Under a Blood Red Sky. So check that out if you want
Yeah,
to do that.
I remember that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
one of my most like political songs or inspiring songs is Bloody Sunday, which most people over here would know if they're not a
Yes.
big YouTube. So Bloody Sunday has a lot of facts and stuff in that song. So yeah, shout out to you too.
Yeah.
respect. Yeah, we respect
You
to you
wanna
for that. Yeah.
you wanna hear facts? Go. Okay. I'm not trying to have a song war or anything, but uh, y'all need to go and check out uh, what is it? Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden. It's very factual, very uh it tells it like it is. You know, the white man came across the sea and brought us pain and misery, talking about the Indians and what we did to their home. And I
Yes, sir.
I think
Yeah.
it kind of sucks myself, but you know,
Yes,
it
sir. Yeah, yeah. I totally agree with you. And this is one of the reasons I came on here. I would say that. It's over. Like you were talking there about Bill Clinton, and Bill Clinton is hugely loved in Ireland. You know,
yeah,
because of Mitch not Mitch, but in 1990 he started really the peace process
right.
here. And I just wanted to ask you about your opinions on that. Now, I don't want to change your conversation, but all over the world, he definitely is liked for what he's done, And I just wanted to maybe ask you what you thought about that.
He is like a lot like us auditors. We we want transparency. We want peace, and not to have all the uh, ridicule and the just plumb blatant disrespect that the cops give us. And I think that that has a lot to do with a lot of other countries. You know, other countries go through their own rule and their own leadership. Look at Canada with they serve under a queen. Sure, they have a dictator in place
Yeah.
to keep the people, calm and shit, but really the queen is the one that rules Canada.
Yeah, and absolutely. And another question, if I can throw it out there as well. I'm old enough to know that in the late 1980s, there was politicians, um, particularly Tip O'Neill and Edward Kennedy, that helped me and other Irish people like myself to gain dual citizenship. Now, I live in Ireland at the moment, but they definitely were very influential. Um, and I just wanted to ask about, the way that there was a lottery, but it was skewed in the way that people like myself would, I suppose, benefit from it. And another question: Do you think, what do you think of that? Is that wrong, or is that like in the light of the last 4 years? Um, I just really wanted to put that out there.
You know,
That's
the Irish, the way they were treated in the early 1800s, the cowboy and Indian days, when they were coming over here and they were basically slaves. I think that's wrong. I think that's like it shouldn't have happened that way. And for Irish people to come over here now and have dual citizenship, that's a big step.
Well, it's not for everybody, but as I said, in the late 1980s, there was politicians like Tip O'Neill, and that's really what I'm asking you about. What you thought of that?
Oh, say that
What's
again.
There was politicians like Tip O'Neill
Oh,
and
yeah?
yeah.
How
Edward Kennedy. So really, that's who I'm asking you about.
do I took my earbuds out. I think he was asking a couple questions, I believe, for me because I was talking about Clinton and stuff. Is my audio okay? I had to put my
Yeah, I
Yeah,
hear
you're
Yes,
you.
earbuds on
good.
charge.
yes,
Okay.
sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah.
I know you said a whole bunch there. Sorry, I had to take my earbuds out and charge and so to speak, take a piss real quick. So I know we got grown men in here. So, but yeah, break those down one at a time, one more time, for brother, because I heard you. I said like wow, like on the dual
Yeah.
citizenship in the '80s and there, and
Yeah.
then we talked about the Clinton. So just break the question down one at a time, and I think you were trying to ask that question for me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So if I could just ask you about your thoughts on Tip O'Neill. Now, my internet isn't great, so hopefully you can hear this. Tip O'Neill was a congressman, and also Edward Kennedy. Now, there in the late 80s, there was, I suppose, a lottery that was skewed in the way of it favored people like myself who were white, Irish, and I'm just thinking about what happened in the last 4 years. Um, your thoughts on that, really, to be honest with
Of
you.
so changing it. So you're going
Yes,
back.
sir.
We're going back to like once again. I apologize and just give me like if my audio is okay. I'm kind of leaning in. Um, so what you're going back was when you said you talked about the lottery, which I've studied a little bit, was about the IRA kind of stuff. They're trying to get out like Belfast and all that stuff at the time. Is that correct for that situation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. So that was awesome to get as many of you guys and gals and kids and family members out of that time. So that was a really good thing for the because most people don't even know like the politicians you just on even on this panel or in the chat who you were just referring to that did that like holy crap, you guys are I'm trying to be polite without cursing um, of the situation you guys were in. It's like being in a war zone, and which it is a war zone. Would you agree with that?
I absolutely would. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, shout out to the politicians you mentioned. That's why I came back and heard you mentioning politicians that they're all probably gone almost or out of office or passed away when you mentioned by that age group. And
Y-
I don't know if I don't know if I'm answering your question, but I'm saying it was a very good thing that they did a legislature to save as many people over there that were getting killed for no reason to get them over here, so to speak. They gave them asylum, and when you mentioned that dual citizenship from the two, that was absolutely amazing.
Thank you very much. Yeah. I absolutely appreciate your answer, and thank you very much for that. I just wondered what was the general view of uh, what happened over there then.
From the Americans' perspective on Ireland,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
it was once again. We've got multiple veterans, combat veterans up here on this panel. So we've seen our share of war and combat or life in general. Um,
Yes.
and so yeah, to be in that point when what you see on that little 13-second, if you're lucky to see, even you're going back to the years where you know mainstream media might show, if you're lucky, 13 seconds. It's like, oh, depending on how many people it killed or whose side it was on or who did what. And so at that time, I'm going back, like studying like what I'm trying to answer, that it was he said or she said kind of stuff, but it was a war zone. So our perspective over here, and myself personally, it was a war zone being fought on streets for control, like control of who was right, and it was brutal. You can go back and
Yeah.
pull up a YouTube video right now of watching the real stuff. You can. I could probably sit down and get anything that's ever been put on mainstream media about the
Mm.
situation you're talking about, and maybe collect about 4 minutes of video. Okay, and that's with their commentary. I can go to somebody that's on the streets there with a camera back in the day, which the internet wasn't so strong and all the stuff that was happening, and probably if I change it from VHS to Laserdisc, that's a joke if you don't even know what that is, to in a compilation, I could probably have 2,000 hours of the situation there that should have been covered. So, yeah, I'm glad you had the ability to get out, and I'm glad. Is it calmed down there? Let me ask you a question real quick. I apologize, I'm rambling, but um, has it calmed down there now? You said you're back there now currently, right?
Who did what?
I was asking the gentleman from Ireland if he's currently back in Ireland right now, and
Yeah,
if
he
everything's
is.
calmed down. Right. I thought I heard him. I was just walking back.
I can't recall William W.
He-
Bill Clinton learned me well. I can't recall.
There you go. And another question that the gentleman from Ireland, I apologize, his name's not up here. Um,
Here,
um,
there it is.
there you go. I'll just call you. I'll just call you Red Sky. How about that, Red Sky? There we go. And going back because he asked about because he brought up the Clinton thing because I made a reference to I think it was talking about the current situation and I think we were giggling or joking and also the truth of what I would do in that situation about Miss Trump, in going there. But yeah, Bill Clinton was my commander in chief. I I voted for him while I was in a combat zone, so he saved a lot of lives by getting us into that combat zone. He saved a lot of lives, so I'll always have respect for Bill Clinton for that. For getting us in there. Now he's rich enough. Just don't get a once again allegedly, or I do not recall. Come on, man, you're doing so good. Don't get a blowjob in the fucking White House office where they're recording everything you say. And so, yeah, to be in that point when, yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, I voted for Clinton. He was my commander in chief, and he got us in there. The one thing, and we were talking about upstate. If you can hear me, is my audio still okay? Upstate.
Yeah.
The only thing I hold in this, and I'll hold this to my grave, that I had against Bill Clinton when we're talking about politics, and a lot of people don't know, but I was there, and I was showing you some pictures the other day. That's how we kind of started hanging out a little bit more upstate. Was when you go to Congress, okay, we're going to go here for this mission to save people, right?
Right.
And it was like all the troops will be out of this place in 360 promise blah 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 before Congress about sending troops into battle, right? And they will be out of that zone in 365 days. And I swear to you, because we're all thinking, well, bam, we've already got our, if you're serving, you're over there, you're tracking your time. How long can you be deployed? It's like, well, fuck it. Here's our countdown date. And that fucking son of a bitch went up and changed it. And I got a true story. I got the pictures of it. I think I showed you the other day about it because we were I-4 and to lie to Congress about having the people out and changed it like we were talking about just about at 8 o'clock when they signed this bullshit fucking bill for the stimulus shit and went up and did the same thing the day before, right at the very end, and changed the force to S4 instead of implement I-4, changed one letter on it, and that's how they got around. That's why troops were there from Kosovo, Balkans, Malta tours, people after, and all they handed us was a fucking stencil with an S on it and a can of spray paint to change the entire perception or to go around the whole thing they talked about to Congress.
Yep.
That's literally what they did. So we're thinking, we got an X date. We got an X date. Okay, we're here. Things are kind of stable, at least for that group or that tour, for that first tour. And they hand me, because at the time I was a gunner on a howitzer. I showed you some pictures and shit. And that was literally, you lie to the American people, you lie to Congress, you lie to everybody that signs up and spends all this money and shit. And it was a simple thing as a piece of fucking cardboard and a can of spray paint to change the I to a fucking S. And that's how they got around having troops over there from 60 different countries for another, fuck, they're probably still there. But that's how they fuck me. So that's my only, like, go fuck yourself, Bill
You
Clinton. I still
know,
love you.
you know, Clinton was hated by Arkansas, right? When he
Yeah.
was governor, they couldn't wait to get him to fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
Please. Every
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas native voted for him just because they didn't want him in Arkansas no more.
Yeah. And that's is Arkansas, is that still, somebody quote me on that, is that still the home of Walmart and shit? You ever seen that? Is that
Yeah,
where Walmart
yeah.
started? Yeah.
Sam Walton.
And you
Yeah.
know Hillary's tied to Walmart, don't you?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
The Rodhams. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Big money. But yeah, that's the only time as a president or commander in chief. At the time, I couldn't say it once again, because I'm in uniform and I couldn't speak out. You know how it is being a veteran to respond to be like, this dirty son of a bitch. I wouldn't care if he was banging fucking strippers in the fucking White House, but this dirty son of a bitch tried to sidestep with a fucking letter while I'm deployed in a goddamn fucking combat zone with a fucking, and lied to the American people about that. And nobody really knows it. And I said that's, I asked you the other day upstate. I was like, have you ever seen on that picture? It was an I or an S because that was the day I'm like, oh, these dirty son bitches.
Now the thing is, Clinton is not the only one that's received a Hummer in office.
Oh yeah,
But
well,
why
of
is
course.
he the one that got crucified?
Yeah, well, exactly.
Because
Because,
everybody hated him.
but shit, yeah, I mean, like popularity polls, Clinton even ran like, you can pull up the numbers compared to like Trump or Bush or whatever. I mean, his numbers were still like fucking solid. I mean,
I
after
mean,
all that
yeah.
shit.
There's even some stories about the first ladies out there that
Oh yeah, exactly.
it's like, heck yeah, I mean, it's a human act.
Yeah, I'll speak
Uh,
for it. Yeah, they'd like to. They'd like. Oh shit, I
it's
don't
like
judge it.
going to Walmart, it's like, damn, you know,
Yeah,
I'd
yeah,
hit that, I'd
yeah.
not hit that,
Right. I don't judge anybody sexually, but yeah, there was some.
Yeah, I mean, I am a man, whether I was married or not, I'm just like, whoa, not a whoa, rammable, not a rammable, you know.
Oh, unfortunately, it looks like we lost Red Sky. Sorry, we got off topic there, but we were,
Yeah.
but yeah, he asked about, yeah, and yeah, Ireland. That was good, man. Like the '80s, a lot of people didn't know, and that's where that
It's
blood of the
crazy
sun to
times
Israel.
back then too, man.
Oh hell yeah, like rough,
Yeah.
like rough stuff, man. I mean, that would be like the equivalent. And I'm surprised. I'm very surprised, because we've seen in the last year, so to speak, of, if we watch these videos and we're in this community and other people or with friends, and it doesn't even like matter. I'll say, okay, I can say community, but seeing like the change of like the times or the power shift, so to speak. Um, and so what he's going back to like literally that's the shit, so to speak.
Put up, put up.
The I'm glad it didn't come to this point here,
Get
but I'm not saying it wouldn't be warranted. How about that? That's me stepping up with a big boy comment there of like,
what?
oh,
Somebody says it's all great. What does anybody know about my grape? She,
Gravy or special sauce?
gravy.
Okay.
Did you hear about my run to Colorado? I went to Colorado to feed the homeless with Janet's Kitchen and made 4.5 gallons of sausage gravy and 300 biscuits.
Hell yes.
Gone in an hour and 40 minutes.
Well, that yeah. I'm from the Midwest. I know. Sausage gravy and biscuits. I've been trying to get my old lady and I together on that. She's never had biscuits and gravy.
You ain't got up and whooped some up?
Not yet. Not since the day that we were talking about it.
What the fuck wrong with you, son?
Remember you and I was talking about that?
Yeah.
Now we're everybody's getting the munchies. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
I was
I'm
gonna say
still
Is,
too,
smoking.
but when
is
we
she wait? Is she waiting for you to lather her biscuit with some sausage gravy?
That's a right.
nah, he's still in trouble. He's not getting his biscuits gravied for about 30 more days. He's still in trouble. He's in timeout for 30 days.
Yeah.
I'm used to getting timed out for 300 seconds. You got in trouble. You got timed out for like
He said sausage gravy, Mama. Turn that camera back around. Turn that camera around.
She can't hear.
Oh,
Baby, put on the headset a sec.
hold on, Rob.
did you like sausage gravy on your biscuit?
I've never had it.
She was like, I'm over it.
She called me an asshole.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're so in trouble, dude.
I
Yep.
asked. I asked her. I specifically asked her if she would like some sausage gravy on her biscuit. She said she's never had it.
Nope.
But when you make I don't know how
You ain't
Rob
doing
makes
something
hers,
right, brother.
but use the jar, man. Mix it up in the water. Rob, do you mix it up in the jar
What?
for your
I've
to start
done
your
that.
base? Do the jar thing like the old coffee jar or the pickle jar or whatever. Put it and shake it up in there, and then add it to make your roux from it. That way you don't get the clumps and stuff. So shake it up there with the cold
Oh no!
water.
You gotta have the lump. You gotta work them lumps out.
Right, that's
Yeah,
the roux though.
If it ain't got lumps, there ain't no love in it.
And also,
exactly.
if you're making sausage gravy and you drain the fucking all the flavor, the fat out of it, you're fucking fired. Leave that fucking
Yeah,
flavor in there.
exactly.
So
Well,
Especially if you make bacon and then put your sausage in with the bacon and then make your roux. Oh my God.
yeah, you get that
Jimmy
little.
Dean sage sausage, about a half a spoon of salt, about a spoon of pepper at the end.
Yep.
Whip it together. Pound the sausage. You'll know when to quit with the milk, but you're looking at a gallon of milk. A couple
Silver
of cups.
diamond in the house.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
But I tell you what, to work out 4.5 gallons of gravy with no glumps, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad I had some pitch hitting with the wrist action there. Will cut the plastic, save the day.
Right. I remember that. I watched that stream while he was down there, Rob. Too. By the way,
Yeah,
you said
cooking
Everybody,
with
welcome
Rob.
Bird to the house.
Yeah, I sit there. I got up. Over at Janet's house, grabbed some things, rode
Ain't
over to
right,
fucking
Cooper.
Plastic's house. The GPS lied to me for a
Howdy,
minute, but I
Bird.
got there. I walk in the house and he's handing me one, rolled up. It was like I just smoked one on the way out the door. I smoked one before when I got up and had my first cup.
Oh yeah, Shiva. Sorry,
Man, I was so fucked
I
up by
get
the
y'all
time
mixed
we
up.
got to the feed. I was so fucked up by the time we got to the first feed, and I didn't know. Boom, they still had good stuff, and we went and fed somewhere else. So shit, we were feeding for about 3 hours that day.
I just,
Uh,
I literally just spit fucking beer in my mouth because Rob, you were so fucked up like cooking. It was like, by the way, good shout out to the sage. If you're gonna make biscuits gravy, use the sage, Jimmy Dean's.
Jimmy Dean Sage.
It has to
Either
Yo,
be.
that,
Sean.
But Rob, like I said,
either that, or be sure to say grace before you eat.
because I watched that stream on like multiple platforms and Rob's, the cook like you kept talking about. Well, I smoked one before and I smoked one there. He's out there passing out biscuits and gravy and shit and calling them apple fritters and shit. You were fucking like baked, dude. It was like fucking so cold out there and oh, it's awesome. I literally
Yeah.
just spit beer out of my mouth and I don't know what was laughing with you talking about. Just that was good. You admitted that about how baked you were. I'm thinking, he's like, "Hey, everybody, step on up." He had no clue that he was talking to like aliens and shit. I was like, "Hell yeah, he's enjoying this party."
And anyway, we was at that second stream and we finally settled down a little bit. Monkey and Defend come over, so I whipped out the bag and started rolling up some more good ones. Had a few of the homeless people come over and sit by my van and smoke up with me and get their grub on. I think I probably went through a quarter ounce or better at that second stop.
That was good, man. Like I said, all we just talked about, we were talking about money, but keep it about what he's talking about. And once again, I appreciate you going down there and doing that shit. And we just
Oh
talked about
fuck!
We just talked about $900 billion. Think about $900 billion going to do all this shit, to take care of all this shit that should have already been taken fucking care of. We shouldn't even be discussing it. So,
Hi, everybody.
That
I'm gonna load a bowl, so I'll be occupied for a sec.
I
hey,
just did that.
I just want to add real quick before I put it on. Shout out to anybody unless you're a Seahawks fan.
Hi, Silver.
I tell you what, if that Corona check comes through for $2,500, I think that's going to put me at enough money to relocate to fucking Colorado of my own volition.
We won our
Instead of what?
division and we're in the playoffs. So shut up.
Yeah.
What
There we
happened?
Oh,
Seahawks.
she's busting my balls because I bust her the balls about the Seahawks.
Busting some goat balls? Goodness.
Never done that before.
Hey, Silver,
I can scratch that off my bucket list now.
Right. Hey, Silver, I showed
I
you. By
I've
the way,
castrated a few goats. Castrated a lot of bulls and pigs.
I showed
Me too.
I showed QT your tiny house, Silver. She loved it. I'm like, come on.
Do you ever get nervous around Halloween or Easter? All the goats and stuff, you know, the sacrificial lambs and stuff.
Oh shit! I have a friend that always has rabbit for dinner on Easter.
That's a
God,
tradition.
I love rabbit.
Yeah, that
I
was
love me
tradition.
some rabbit.
He barbecues like six.
I
of
just
them.
don't like the smell of it cooking. Fucking
Yeah, it's pretty
stinks.
rank.
Hey, upstate, I'm gonna drop down, dude. I gotta get dinner ready. Hey,
Okay, Bud
Silver,
Grower.
how you doing?
Bud grower.
Okay, Booger.
Hey, how you guys doing? Sorry, I've been dealing with my roommates. Now I gotta run down and get food. I'll be back up though. I'm just
All right,
gonna
brother.
drop in.
Okay.
I want to
So
talk.
y'all
Is
get,
Shiva still in
yeah,
here?
cool. Huh?
Talk at,
I was
talk at
wondering
you
if
later,
Shiva
bud.
is still here.
Shiva?
Yeah,
Shiva?
Shiva, the Church of Four.
Yeah,
Shiva,
Who
you
is-
should come up.
Shiva's awesome. Get her up. Get up here, Shiva.
Yeah, I love Shiva.
Get him up here. Shiva's the balls.
But no, I'm wanting to move somewhere around Denver where I can spend some of my time helping Janet's kitchen on the weekends and do some trout fishing and goofing around in the mountains and legally medicate. So
Nice.
Denver or outside Denver area is what I'd love to get into. Even if I have to fucking buy a fucking shipping trailer and load it up with my good stuff and head to Colorado and live in a tent somewhere on the side of a mountain.
Hey, I live in a tiny house. I live in a 220 square foot tiny house. And it's on wheels, so it can travel if I wanted to, but I don't. But
Well, you got a motorhome?
no, it's a house built on a trailer.
Oh, it's a mobile home.
No, it's a tiny house. It's built like a house, like an
Oh.
actual house. It has siding and drywall, walls, and painted plumbing,
Off.
electricity.
Are you on a mobile device? Can you step out to the driveway or something? And nope.
No, I'm on my laptop.
She
Oh,
has.
well.
But I do have
she
a
has
video.
up.
Yeah, on my channel there's a video. It's called. You have to click on videos, so all my videos show up.
If would
Or
you
I
put
can put it in here.
put the link in the private chat and I'll play it for the stream if you'd like. If that's okay.
if you like, it was taken short about 6 months after that it arrived, and so my yard in the video doesn't look like that anymore.
Yeah.
My yard.
I've li-
Go ahead.
I have lived 22 years in a camping trailer. It wasn't until I found this VA housing shit that I go back to living in a house. And after my experience with this program, I don't know if I'm going to reopen it when I go to Colorado or not. Fuck this shit. Everything wrong with this house meets minimum standards, and it's a fucking disaster.
Put the link to my.
Hey,
I'm
Silver,
putting
if
the
you can,
link to my tiny house in the chat.
Silver, if you can hear me, you have the video where you was getting ready to cut down your pretties, your greens, so to speak. Then you did a tour of your house. If you have that video, if you remember it, one of your very first live streams.
Yeah, I didn't film me actually cutting them down.
Right, but remember,
Somebody's knocking on my door. Hang on.
Oh. Burglars.
No, I'm on camera. Oh, little one's asleep.
How did you do today?
He's fine. He's in his bed.
Where's bed?
Later, William.
Hang on, my neighbor's here.
Gotcha. Stay safe.
But yeah,
William.
I got him some toys.
So what do you want to send with him for just tonight? Just for one time you can come spend that with you.
Well, just that.
Okay.
I mean, and,
yeah. Did you get him the milk?
Yeah.
Or do you want him to give me that? What do you want me to get?
Upstate if you can.
Hey, neighbor.
Upstate. Yeah, I was gonna say upstate if you can.
Okay, so just.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, or a little saucer for it, and try to like.
Put the air out. Yep.
You have to kind of go like this and shake it really good.
Okay.
So.
Before I give him, and how much do I give him? Just a little. Let you take it.
Yeah, I mean I've got some.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can hear.
There you go.
I'll be right back.
Did you get me? I was like, remember upstate from here, you can mute her to that way. It's
Yeah,
whew.
yeah, there is buttons for that.
There you go. But yeah, that's her original load up we were talking about, Rob. That's the little tiny place where we're just getting placed. But she does a live stream, one of her very first one when she hit 1K, and then shows like the inside of it and the way it's decorated. That's why I don't know if you know she's a Seahawks fan.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's why I always bust her balls because she likes see. So she painted like see everything inside of it's Seahawks and then she did like
Let me see your face, Shiva.
Cutting down her greens and stuff, and has the yard decorated nice and the puppy and the fences. And,
Damn.
Shiva, show me your face or hold up a couple fingers or something. Shiva.
Barky dog.
Yeah, that's one of her old school. That's one of her old school videos. But I don't know if you guys remembered, if you watched or followed her. She did one because because it's legal to grow there, and so she was growing off the back of the back porch and had her big bud plants going. In the windstorm came through, and then.
Are you for hire? I think my landlord needs somebody to install some windows.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, Rob.
Okay.
Hello.
Howdy.
How is it going?
See what I'm saying now, Rob?
It's going, brother.
See all that Seahawk turd shit all over the place?
So the title of your stream is the title of your stream is quite interesting.
You like
Hi,
that,
Shiva.
huh?
I wanted to show you Oscar while he's awake.
Hey Shiva, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks, Lemon Kush. Oh, look at that. That's a cat.
Oh, wow.
I've got one on my lap at the moment.
He photographs well, by the way, too. Okay, so do you want me to take any dry food or wet food with
No,
me?
no.
Okay.
Just the formula.
Just the formula. Okay.
Just formula. That's all he needs. That's all he should have is formula.
Stay one more night with me, Hawk. I promise I will bring him back. It's your brother. I promise.
I don't think there's enough headroom in this kid.
He's
Yeah,
very,
I don't
very
think that headroom's going to work out.
That's what. Him and Bobby will work it out. Hi, sweetheart. Hi.
I don't see a lot of headroom in that upstairs there.
No, it's the headroom is like there's like a on one end where my feet are, it's like a 2-foot clearance,
Yeah.
and then it's like 3 feet, 3.5 feet at the by the window. Ow. So
I remember you doing that tour, and I was telling her, Rob, you just mentioned, and she goes, well, when she sets up, she puts her head out because there's a skylight, and so that was her headroom. If you notice that in the video on the loft, when she sets up,
I would build something like that, like out in the country or something, and I'd have a pop door. I had a camping trailer that I could stand up on the bed and open the hatch to the ceiling. Your vent was also a hatch.
Yeah, I have a skylight in the loft right above my bed.
Yeah.
And so I can actually sit up in bed and my head is inside the skylight.
Well, can you remove the skylight and go deer hunting?
No, you can open the skylight, but there's a screen.
Yeah. You need to change that out. Yeah, change that out.
I don't hunt. I don't kill
for hunters.
anything.
You turn that little tiny house into a hunting stand, is what Rob's saying. Like, hey, yeah.
Boom, turned it into a house of murder. Murder!
Can I ask a question?
It's all decked out to be Seahawks, so it would stand out like a sore thumb.
Like a duck blind, a skylight fucking opens up and like pow 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 pow.
No.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no shit. If you put that out there in the country somewhere with Seahawks all over it and shit, them deer wouldn't give a fuck about you. They see that camouflage shit, they duck around you. You pop open there, that alarm go off at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's butt crack of dawn, time to hunt. Bam, bam. You done got your bag. You done filled your bag.
I can't kill anything. I can't kill anything.
I was gonna say, I think Silver's a vegan.
My house is approximately maybe 8 blocks from the beach.
Technically, you're not killing anything, Silver. It's the bullet or the arrow.
Yeah, I know, but I can't. Okay. I can't. Nope. I went with a friend on a hunting trip one time, and he shot a deer, and I cried the entire time. I named it in the whole bit, so no, I can't. No.
named it dinner.
No, I named it, Bambi or some deer name. But I was crying my eyes out when he shot that thing and brought it home, and I couldn't even eat any of the meat.
Like I said, Silver
can't see it.
Silver won't.
But my son's mother is like that. My son's mother owns a lot of. My son's mother owns a lot of land next to a conservation area in Missouri, and hunters trespass on her property, and she'll get out there with the shotgun running their asses off. They're like, girl, you're going down. These motherfuckers got rifles. You out there with a shot. I don't give a fuck.
I've shot guns. I can shoot a gun. I just can't kill something with it.
These son of a bitches ain't out here killing my deer.
I could probably kill a human, but I don't think I could kill an animal.
But you look over at the end of her, next to her barn, she's got about 6 vehicles that are dead because of deer injuries.
No. I can't even go to a lobster restaurant and have them bring me and show me the lobster before they cook it. Nope, I don't want to see it. I don't want to look at it. Just bring me the lobster after it's cooked.
Yes, Richards.
I can't. I just can't.
I want to see that son of a bitch stare at me before I eat it. Hey, that means it's fresh.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
James Richards asking, Upstate Audits. I'm listening going down the road in a second. When you get ready to go off, can I post a link for challenge to 1A community. Yes, you can.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So I have a question.
Shiva.
And Shiva's been trying to ask a question forever, so get her done, Shiva.
Okay, so my understanding of the word drug is that it refers to any substance that causes a change in an organism's physiology or psychology when consumed. How is weed not a drug?
It's a plant.
It's a plant.
Okay, let me
But then it has
state again.
psilocybin
Right, let me
mushrooms.
state. Yes, so let me state it again. A drug
Yeah.
is any substance, right? So that can be naturally occurring, right? Drugs can be naturally occurring.
Right.
Any substance that causes a change in an organism's physiology or psychology.
Right.
Now, it seems to me that
we're
marijuana.
referring to
What's the point?
Well, how we're explaining is that it's not a Schedule I drug. It's not a dangerous drug. It's
right,
you know,
but it is a
it's
drug.
almost to the point where you can't even consider it a drug.
No.
In
I
the
think
sense of like heroin and cocaine.
Right, okay, so that's a legal definition, though, isn't it? That's not a
I want to
scientific
debate
definition.
that. I want
Hang
to
on,
debate that.
can we just clarify that what you're talking about is legalities, Silver Diamond, whereas what I'm talking about is the classification of substances.
Pretty much, yeah. As far as right.
Well,
and I get the distinction are completely different, but you know, just in my mind, I don't like calling pot a drug because you know it's only helped people. It's never hurt anybody. It's never killed anybody. And
Aspirin's a drug.
I've been around a lot of the heroin, cocaine, methamphetamine. My daughters were my daughter, not my daughters. My daughter was addicted, and those are drugs in my mind. In my mind, pot is not a drug. But I get the distinction. I know what you mean.
I mean, I suppose I'm coming at it from a more scientific point of view in that, like, you know, when you examine what a drug is and what weed does to your body.
Exactly.
That's like saying
I totally agree with
sugar is a drug, coffee is a drug, tea is a drug.
Well, hang on, coffee and tea are drugs. They contain
I
caffeine.
was going to say,
caffeine is a drug.
I was going to say, I find weed a Schedule I drug for me right before coffee.
Yes.
Yes, first thing on your schedule is weed and coffee. I get it.
Mine. Weed, then coffee.
Nice.
I thought my mic was off.
You
Did
smoke
you
weed,
hear my
Shiva?
Schedule I laugh? Awesome, Rob. I had to give you props for that joke.
I do smoke a lot of weed. I don't think it's good. I think weed is really bad for people.
Good.
I think it introduces noise into your mind that isn't there, and it suppresses emotional states.
You know, hey, have you ever seen the show Reba?
Hey, Rob.
Have you ever seen? Hold on.
Yeah, one at a time, a little bit.
Shiva, have you ever seen the show or commercials called Reefer Madness?
Right. I mean, it wasn't a show. It was a film. It was a piece of propaganda film. Wasn't
it?
Yeah. It was a piece of propaganda. Yeah. I have seen Reefer Madness. Do you know why marijuana was made illegal in the US? It's not because it was a drug. It's because it was threatening the newspaper industry. Yeah. Because of hemp, right? So that's why it was demonized, not because it's a drug.
Right.
That's where I was going next.
But now they call it a drug.
Yeah, right. Can I weigh in? Like Shiva came in and was like, "Hey, can I ask you like the debate on this conversation?" And we're talking about the weed and marijuana, and it's like, "Hey, do you classification? Oh, by the way, I smoke a whole shit ton of it." So,
well, yeah. I mean, have you not heard my weed cough when I'm smoking on panels?
Right. I thought she was coming. I thought she was coming here, which also at the same time we were like, "Hey, I smoke a shit ton, but it's really bad for me." and we were talking about like, hey,
It's not bad for me.
I eat too many candy bars. It's fucking bad for me. So
I think he was reading a
I hate
script.
right.
He must have been reading some information that I don't think that was from
chocolate.
his
I
mind
think I'm
alone.
the exception to every rule
All
on
right,
chocolate.
hang on. All right. So first of all, Rob, yes, you're right. I was reading from Wikipedia because I'm intelligent and I look stuff up.
Right.
I love you, Stephen.
Just
Oh
because
my
you know
God.
where Wikipedia is doesn't mean you're intelligent.
Right. We all
No,
we all got
but the
fucking
fact,
Wikipedia, you
but
pothead,
but the
Steve.
fact,
I love the fact that you can
I mean,
fact
insult
I
people
am
without
smarter
the
than an
fact,
eighth grader. I
Jesus,
know how to use Google search.
but the fact that I did that before I made any declaration, just to make sure that I knew what I was talking about.
That's
Right.
Like, I
good.
don't understand. I don't understand why you think getting information on the internet is a bad thing, because that's
I
what you're
just
No,
implying,
no,
right?
I just
no.
Google checked Wikipedia and it said what you just read verbatim was completely wrong.
Go on, show me your screen.
You didn't memorize it.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
Show me
kidding.
your screen.
I'm
Show me
just
your
kidding.
screen.
The only reason I
Aha,
put my ear,
right.
I'm just busting balls, Shiva. But the only reason I jumped in here because you were asking like question about so if something grows in nature in its
Hmm.
original form, that is allowable. Now, if you do anything to change that, in my mind, this is my opinion, to change that
Right.
anyway chemically to whatever would schedule it
Makes it become a
as something
pharmaceutical.
else.
Makes it a
Correct.
Right. So,
pharmaceutical.
That's my opinion. So
They have
if
to do
you
with
have
heroin, cocaine, methamphetamines. It's all
right. Yeah, but
man-made.
those are all pharmaceutical drugs,
correct
but
and or
not
They're all
scheduled on the
man-made.
levels,
not
right?
Where
all not
weed is
not
not
So
all
man-made.
drugs. Not
so
all
like for
drugs are
instance,
pharmaceutical or man-made.
the cocoa plant, if you want to go out there and chew it like the Peruvians do and they use that for their energy boost or whatever, if you want to grind that up, you pick a plant straight out of the ground, you grind it up, and if you want to snort 400 pounds of green leaf plants, that's not a drug to me. If you right, if you want to smoke 400 pounds
But it
of
would be
a
to a
plant that
scientist.
grows in publics, but now if you start stomping it and you start putting chemicals in it to change its chemical and molecular structure, then that becomes a pharmaceutical and or illegal drug for that. That's just my two
Right. So
cents
what
on
you
that.
guys are
So,
doing, what you guys are doing is
what
you
happens
are
if I take some weed and make Rick Simpson oil?
right. I'm not going to answer that question. What you guys are doing, right, is you're taking what is a standardized definition of a term, drug, right, and then because you don't like that standardized definition, you are changing the definition. That's what's
Eric,
happening here.
are you still
Pretty
in
much.
the UK? Shiva, you're in the UK, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And so do they have the same drug laws apply there as they do here?
We're not talking about laws.
Well, I'm saying well we're talking about well kind of. Listen. I was just
Well, yeah,
asking you.
because the marijuana laws are different from state to state to state.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was my next thing.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
was just asking. I was just asking for my own personal knowledge in the UK.
In my state,
Is there
it's
any place in the
legal.
UK that marijuana, straight marijuana, is legal in the UK? I'm just asking just to know to
No,
educate myself. Okay.
There's
no, it's
Okay.
also
not.
a difference between state and federal.
Not in the
There,
UK
well,
because those
no,
terms don't apply.
marijuana is still illegal federally,
Yes,
just not state by state.
right.
I mean,
Somebody's got a hard leg. I'll try to mute in between my
you
stuff,
can't
but
like
thank you for answering that.
you can't possess, like 5 pounds of marijuana, and if you're caught with that, that's a federal crime.
Yeah.
But when you have the states telling you that you can have so many plants, so many ounces of harvested bud, and so many seedlings, then you're not going to nobody's going to mess with you as long as you stay within those guidelines. And I mean, with Oregon, we can have up to 8 ounces, and that's much a plenty.
That's yeah, eight ounces, 8 ounces of personal carry.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a lot.
yeah, it's a lot.
It's a
And
lot.
I think we have
That'll
the one
take
of the
care of a
largest.
weekend camping trip for me.
Right.
It get me through the weekend.
And our state also decriminalized cocaine, heroin, methamphetamines, and psilocybin.
I've seen that. What's your
So
thoughts on it? You think it's
if you're caught with just a little bit, like an 8 ball or whatever, I don't even know what that is, but if you're
well?
caught with a little bit, it's
That's
a ticket instead of
allegedly
taking you to jail immediately.
allegedly an 8 ball is 3.41 grams.
Oh, okay,
Allegedly silver. So
okay.
wink, wink, wink.
That's
So
no, I don't know. I have no idea. I've never done
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
3.5,
depending if somebody pinched
3.5
it,
on my scale.
there you go. So if somebody pinched it, you might allegedly. I don't know any of these facts for detail, but that number came out of my head pretty quick. But yeah, 3.41. But always stay
Yeah,
under
well, if
that
you're
eight
caught
ball
with
for
that
the
much,
laws.
just a little amount, then it's just a ticket. And when you go to court on the ticket, you can either pay the ticket. I
Yep.
think you can either pay the ticket or you can go to rehab.
So there we go. So real quick in the stream, if you're into drugs, folks, I don't know if anybody's in the chat or behind the panel, but also learn your drug laws in your state and always share just a little bit once you measure it on your travels home, just to get a ticket or go to prison. So that's a little shout out from Goat Boy. Wink, wink.
Don't go through Texas
Right?
with any amount, not even a
I
fucking
don't.
A
seed.
Yeah.
seed. Yeah.
The only time I have weed not in my house is from the dispensary to home. I never
Yeah.
take weed out of my house. So
Have
I mean,
you? So you've never,
I give weed to
you've,
people to take out of the house, but I don't
Yes.
take it out.
so you've never skinned up at court then? You've never made a spliff in a courthouse?
No,
I have.
no. I've only been to the courthouse. I haven't been to the courthouse very often. I don't
I used
have a criminal record.
I used to be involved with a group of people in the UK who like to kind of play with law.
There
Now,
you go.
they were a bunch of people who were known as freemen on the land. In the US, I think they're known as sovereign citizens. And I hung out with them for a while. I got involved in, doing some of their stuff. Now, a lot of it is nonsense, but it did mean that for about a period of maybe 2 years, I went to court regularly, often as what's called a Mackenzie friend, which is like someone you can take to court with you, to take notes and confer with and all that kind of stuff. And one time I had some weed with me, like because I'd just forgotten that I had this weed in my pocket.
Oops.
So
Damn.
I slipped it behind my belt because it was only a little bit, right? Slipped it behind my belt, went in, and then like we're in this courthouse, and I'm thinking, well, I've got weed on me. I can't not skin up. So I did.
Oh,
God, that's risky.
I didn't. Obviously, I didn't smoke it in the building, but
I saw a video of a guy that lit up right in court. Right in court. He was on the
Yeah.
stand. He was on the stand and he took it out and toked it up.
Yeah. No, he was on the one she's talking about. He went before the judge. I think it was on A&E channel, and he
Yeah.
got busted for simple possession and lit one up right there and rolled it and lit it. He went in. It would have been
Marijuana
about
should not be illegal.
a $300 ticket, and he left in handcuffs for about almost. I want to say somebody quote me about 9 months of contempt of court for doing that. He had a leather jacket. Remember, he pulled it out of inside of his jacket.
It was amazing. It was awesome.
Here's one for Shiva. Here's one for Shiva. If it's okay to ask.
Back in Missouri.
Because you said you were in
Missouri,
the UK.
Give me one second.
It's difficult to hear two people at once, Rob. It's difficult to hear two people at once.
I was just going to say, back in Missouri in 420, we would go out to the government buildings, the state buildings of Missouri, and put weed seeds and starters out in the gardens with the flowers that they had in the governor's gardens.
I know a lot of people too. Like you get your like the old ones, and when you just chuck them and see what'll pop up, and just like weed the weeds. That was funny. I apologize. I know we're stepping over. Rob's got a little bit of delay on his lag there, so I just wanted to say I wasn't trying to step over. But to Shiva, because you said you were over in the UK, would you like to say if you want to, in like the U.S. currency and like the weight, or like to talk about how much it costs you to get marijuana over
Well, I
there
mean,
for just the prices?
right, okay. I mean, I can only tell you in real money rather than the monopoly money you guys use.
So okay, so I can break it down because I knew
How many pounds for an ounce?
Yeah,
right. So for an ounce of weed, you're looking at paying 200, 220. I mean, it sort of depends, right? If you're buying it in bulk, it'll be cheaper.
Fuck.
You're looking at probably 50 to 60 quid for a quarter. So 30 quid for an eighth.
and you guys are off the euro, right? I'm trying to do that monopoly money you guys have over there, so you're off the.
Fuck.
I know you're probably still talking in what's the? I'm trying to make the joke about Celsius and Fahrenheit while you're breaking down your weed math. So on the metric system.
Well, there's 28 grams in an ounce.
There you
3.5 grams is an eighth.
There
7
you go.
grams is a quarter.
There you go. And that's what I was telling. Awesome on the grams. That's why I tell everybody.
How many quids are in a dollar?
There we go, Rob.
We have to go and look it up.
Yeah.
Go and look it up on the internet, Rob.
Yeah, just somebody pull up real quick.
Holy
I'll do it.
whoa. So it would be like $298 American dollars. If you said 220 pounds for an ounce.
No. Yeah, say 20 pounds. See, we get this. That's where we get this miscommunication between international drug dealers. That's why we can't figure out shit. I'm thinking I'm getting 228 pounds for 60 quid, and he shows up, and I got a fucking
220 pounds is $298.31.
What was that number again, Silver?
When 220 pounds is $298.31 in American dollars.
Sounds about right for the exchange rate. Yep. And that's
for an ounce.
That's for So you said that was for an ounce, right, Shiva?
I buy an ounce for $100 and it's killer.
Wow.
Yeah, 100 and a quarter around here for some good reg.
I mean,
it's about 100 to 100 and quarter, 150 for some good.
Their dollar is better than ours.
I mean, I think that's the issue when you've got a substance that's only regulated by a black market.
Completely understood. That's why I asked that question on the numbers there, Shiva. So thank you for sharing that information.
No shit.
And again, before it was legalized here, I was paying $200 an ounce. And now, right after it got legalized, now I'm down to paying 60 to 90, depending on the quality.
Yeah.
Which is not bad. Although I'm smoking what I grew.
Right.
I got that I got about 3 ounces of that, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I should get a grow going. I haven't done a grow in ages.
This was my first. Well, my second. My first one that I did, I ended up having a male, and it pollinated the female. So they were both shit. And this year, I planted 4. One turned out to be male, so he had to be killed. And then I had the 3 females left, and that's what I'm smoking on now. And I'd never done it before that. I mean, brand new. But
you just heard her live. Silver Diamond is like the Black Widow of weed growing. She kills the male.
You have to. They're useless unless you want seeds.
Right. That's seed bud.
That's the only reason you would keep a male around is to create seeds. And then you better get some colloidal silver to spray on those seeds so they are tricked into being all female.
Right. Castration.
Basically.
Well, just like in the human thing, males are useless. Just kidding. Don't get on me about it.
No, not at all. But no, she's giving us some good knowledge and life experience there. She would have said you might think about doing his own grow, but I'm like, well, crap. If somebody comes into your backyard, then you're fucked for growing. So that turns
are you
federal.
in England,
Oh, I've
Shiva?
done grows. Yeah, I'm in England. Yeah, I've done grows before. I mean, I don't do them
Well,
outside. I do
it
them in
rains
a
a
grow
lot in
tent.
England. Weed loves rain.
I, I mean, no, I grow in a grow tent so I can control the environment.
Right.
I mean,
All I'm telling you, Steve, is
That
be
too.
careful. That's
I
why
grew
I
up in
asked to
my
make sure where
backyard.
he was at, and
I
the
just,
environment. You got the abilities and stuff, but also be careful with the laws around you. You know, you're a grown ass
yeah,
man, right? So
yeah,
you
no,
understand what I'm saying.
I have.
What are we looking at here,
That's
Tall?
my home stuff that I grew.
Yeah.
Can't
We're
really see
looking at those trichomes gone wild.
Oh, look at this. Talk about the weed.
Yeah, we'll be smoking that next week.
nice.
Up on the chat right there, Brian Cooper. What's going on, brother? I apologize if anybody's in the chat saying hi. I apologize. I'm just sitting here hanging out and shooting a shit about nothing and hanging out. So shout out to anybody in the chat that said hi. I do
Those are
apologize. I'm
pretty.
just.
Except they look really brown. It's just because of the lighting.
Is Silver? Is this your video of the ones in the bathtub?
No. This is
Oh,
somebody
okay.
else's.
Gotcha.
Mine
This
were
is actually
wow.
very purple.
Mine were
You'll see
6
it
feet
under the
tall.
microscope.
What the hell is that? Oh, it's a bud. An
Whose video?
ungroomed bud.
Whose video is this? Is this when you pulled? Is it Rob? Or are you
Too
putting that
tall, I
stuff up?
think.
Yes.
Okay.
That's Rob.
Oh wow, yeah. Listen, I personally myself don't partake.
I know a
but I
guy
believe.
that knows a guy with a water hose.
I know a guy who knows a guy.
Really?
knows a guy who knew somebody else.
Look at the resolution right there. That's right there. It just came out. Oh wow,
That's what
the
I'm going to be
hairs.
smoking next week.
Holy smoly!
Well, you look at that. I mean,
That
well, you
just
look at
makes
that.
you want to eat it. Like I would take a bite out of that.
Yeah, that's pretty. Once again, I do agree. Like
I'll
even
put the
going back
video
to like
of
Shiva,
my plants in the chat.
like Shiva was talking about earlier about talking about the difference between like what considers stuff like a drug or not a drug. Hey, if I can put it in the ground and it grows by itself and it creates this right here, that's not a drug. Now, if you want to take that, you want to sprinkle embalming fluid on this
Are you looking
beautiful
at this,
creation.
QT?
I'm looking at it right now, brother. I don't
well,
smoke, but
how?
my mouth's
I
watering.
mean, I disagree. It's a substance that causes a change in the body and the mind. How is it not a drug? The fact
Because
that it grows is irrelevant.
well, how about I'll go in the debate on that. So, what do you think about maple syrup? It comes out of a tree. You tap a tree. It
No,
comes out of a
drugs
tree,
are
and you put it on your pancake. And so there's
There
sugar
it
in
is
it.
under
It
the
doesn't have anything
microscope.
to change.
so.
Doesn't have anything
Dr-
to change your mind or body, though.
so drugs and foods are distinguished
Well,
in
no.
terms of scientific classifications, right?
Well,
But you
So
that's
can eat weed.
exactly,
foods
and
are.
that's the difference.
So can I finish?
Oh, yeah,
Can
go
I
ahead,
finish
brother.
my
I
sentence?
apologize.
Right.
Yep.
So substances that you derive nutrition from are not considered drugs.
Was that the end of your statement, brother? I apologize. Once
Yeah,
again, we have a little bit of
yeah.
so the
Right.
equivalent, like I just used that, like sugar cane. Oh, is that a drug? Or maple syrup or dandelions? I mean, if I want to catch a buzz, I can go fucking chew on. I apologize if I'm cursing. That's just the way I talk. It's nothing as an argument or to be combative by any means. But if I want to go pop a hole
Hey,
in
that thing's got an eyeball like one of them lobsters. Look at
yeah,
that.
look,
It's
it
looking
looks like
back at you.
I seen that right there on the left, the eyeball.
Tell
Sorry,
me,
yeah.
QT, if you had a couple pounds of this, how much of that
Hi,
would you
Heidi.
be making wax?
I don't know,
All of it.
brother. I'm out.
All of
I'm
it.
out of the game. Once again, I don't smoke. I don't allegedly
What the
distribute
hell is that?
anymore. That's somebody's knuckle.
Oh, fingers.
That's a knuckle. So I'm
Get
so
those
far out of the
there.
game. But yeah, going back to like Shiva, like I said, that's where I'm saying
Oh,
I don't doubt. I mean, when people say they get a sugar high or they do whatever, so I can't take anything that comes off, so to speak, um, in this conversation that comes naturally, literally that is created in nature with no other additives whatsoever other than some water and some sun and doing whatever and consider that a drug. That's me personally, you know.
Is tobacco a drug?
yeah.
Absolutely, because
But it's just
they take
dried, right? It's
say
just
You
again.
want
dried.
to you want to kill
No,
somebody real fast? Use
it's
tobacco.
processed with chemicals.
It's
Yeah.
processed with chemicals.
Ex-
All right.
Well,
Okay. Yeah. No. Fair
what
enough.
I guess yeah. So I agree with you. Yeah, absolutely. Tobacco is a drug. So if we're talking about the simple things about what comes out of the earth and what should be considered a drug, I'm an alcoholic. I will die probably in the next 2 weeks from drinking too much beer. You take bars and hops and you change its structure to create something in fermentation. That's the difference. Now, if I sit there and ate fucking or want to snort or eat fucking hops and barley by itself individually, that's its own components. Once you change that component into something else, then that's what you
It
create,
won't work.
so to speak, a monster. You know what I mean? I'm honest for that. You know, if I wanted to go out and eat 5 pounds of fucking marijuana or cocoa leaves or whatever, is it going to kill me? Well, fucking who knows? In its natural form, in its natural state. Once you start mixing the shit together and you change, I say, so to speak, the stomp on it is what changes it into its product afterwards. So that's my only debate on that conversation. So weed, like I said with weed, you grow it from the ground. I don't care if you put pesticides on it to keep the mites off. If you grow it and you put light to it and you do it in its a form there to grow it, so to speak, as a body. But now if you add formaldehyde to a fucking joint, then your ass should go to fucking prison because that's changing the original thing. That becomes a drug in my mind.
I mean, I just disagree with your definition of the word drug.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Again, I would kind of make the point that what you're doing here is taking what has been a fairly standardized definition, and then because you don't like that definition, changing it to suit your needs.
No, once again, I don't smoke. I don't smoke weed myself personally. I have PTSD and stuff, and I literally have weed right now sitting here in a pipe. So, you know, I'm not taking away from that by any means. It doesn't help me personally. I believe in all 50 states that weed should be legal across the board in the U.S. All the laws, state from state. You don't have to worry about carrying X amount. I believe that for any state. If you got gun
Well, I
laws, you
think
got states, and then it's across the board. You don't have to worry about driving from one county over and getting in trouble. Once again, I don't personally smoke weed. Nobody in my close family, like real close, my personal, like where I'm sitting right now, partake in it. But I believe that it should be legal for everybody and not have to worry about getting pulled over if they choose to do that. Then that's them. So once again, I'm a proponent for it being legal. There's probably there's probably a million people right now, or less, or at least not in jail, but on probation or paper for minor amounts of weed charges just in the U.S. alone out of the
Oh
3
yeah.
million, 3.2 of the BS laws that are changing right now currently of doing that. So once again, that's just me personally. As far as weed, I'm
Although
just letting you
Oregon
know.
released a lot of people that were in for weed.
Mm-hmm.
They did release them.
Yeah, mine's like Shiva, like I said, because I'm not using it for my own benefit. I'm just like mine is if you can grow it, I can grow a poppy seed. If I want to grow the poppy seed, or to make the opioids. If I want to grow a weed plant, if I want to grow poison sumac, I mean, I can use that for tea or whatever. But when you stomp it to change it to a higher level, it's like taking. So now, for instance, like on the drug laws, now if you take the original cocoa plant or from being there, you stomp it, you add all the other stuff, and then you make cocaine, and then also then you take it and you add the other stuff to make crack. That's the process of why that stuff is being there. Does that make sense a little bit more, Shiva? Once again, I'm on the same page with you of
no.
what
Again,
drugs are being created.
I just, I mean, the fact that you're not taking cannabis. I mean, it sort of doesn't matter whether you're actually consuming it or not. The fact still stands that there is a standardized definition of drugs that has worked very well for a long, long time.
I got to run,
But
you guys. Talk to y'all later. Have a good one.
Later, Rob. Be safe, brother.
see you later, Rob. But because you don't like that definition, you are changing the definition.
No. Once again, read it again one more time, Shiva. My ears are wide open right now. Help me understand one more time, because I'm open for the
Right.
conversation.
Okay.
So,
Right. Okay. Okay. There has been a standardized definition of the word drugs for a long time. Would you agree with that proposition?
Yes.
me personally, absolutely, yes.
Yes. Okay. Right. Now, that standardized definition, which has been around for a long
Yes.
time, is that a drug is any substance that causes a physiological or psychological change within an organism when it's consumed. Right. That has been the standardized definition. Now, for whatever reasons, and they might be different for all of you, you don't like that definition. So you're changing the definition.
Now, personally, like, because we can talk about, like, I know when we talk about like drug, or what I'm gonna say, like, I know if I eat red meat, and I know it's going to change my physiological response to my body because it's processing a piece of red meat or a carrot or doing whatever. So you can't take, like, so that definition, I guess, is why I'm.
Again, standardized definitions.
Didn't read it.
It's. I mean, I could look it up. Drugs, because one of the things when I was looking it up was, and I wasn't really aware of this. Right. Okay. Drugs are typically distinguished from food and substances that provide nutritional support. Right. So if you eat red meat, yes, it's going to have a physiological effect on your
Right.
body.
Mm-hmm.
But the standardized definition has been that food is not a drug.
Wow.
And so you don't think
So
that
so then if you put
sugar is a drug?
weed in brownies, then weed is no longer a drug.
No, because you're putting a drug into brownies. Like
Okay,
like the weed itself isn't what gives
I
you
know.
nutrition.
I was being a
You know.
smartass.
Okay. Okay. I'm really
You should know
uber
me better than
literal.
that.
Wait a minute.
I'm
Weed is
I'm
high in vitamin A.
Yeah.
we right. Yeah. I mean, I don't really see how that's relevant.
Well,
When you
no, because
smoke
you're.
it,
It
are
has
you consuming
vitamins in
Trying
it.
to
vitamin A?
justify it as a food.
Hang on. Are you when you're smoking it? Are you consuming vitamin A? I
No.
don't think that's how it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
If you're eating it, you do.
How about
I
this,
used to I
Shiva?
put pot leaves on hamburgers
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Use them as greens. Yeah. That's
instead
what
of
I'm saying.
lettuce. Put pot leaves.
In Holland they have pot leaf fucking
Pizza.
salad.
And pizza, yeah, and pizza as well too. That's the main
Yeah.
ingredient for the
Yeah,
leftover
spaghetti.
crystals and stuff. So on this one,
Being in the
Shiva, wait,
military helped me out a lot.
because I can hear Shiva talking. So that's what I'm saying. Can we try to Google or Wikipedia? If you smoke marijuana, do you still get the vitamin A?
No. Right.
No.
No. Look. See, because this is now just some kind of weird semantic game, right?
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
now in a
That
way,
doesn't make any sense.
if you're changing the definition of a term, well, that's fine, right? But I think you should just kind of own that and say, yeah, no, you know what? That's what it does mean to a lot of people. This is what I'm taking it to mean, and I'm changing that definition of that
Well,
term
no,
to suit my needs.
the reason I asked you is because you when somebody asked, it was like, hey, I think it was somebody was getting out and said, hey, do you still get the vitamins from smoking the plant? I'm only asking from a scientific
It's
side.
irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
Sorry,
It's
brother.
irrelevant. All right.
I was just
Let's
trying to have
say
a
there's
conversation
trace.
and learn.
No, I know. I know. Don't apologize. You've done nothing wrong. You should only really
Okay.
apologize if you feel remorse for something.
No, I was just trying to ask you if you had your keyboard in front of you, because if you had the
Right.
ability to pull up that
Okay.
information. That's the only reason I asked it.
Can you, let's see, derive, no, can you process vitamin A in cannabis?
Like I said, the reason because we were talking about like changing, that was one of my things about changing something from its original form to another form. So we're all learning here today, and so it was that, you know.
I mean, there's nothing that's coming. Let me try different cannabis.
Once again, I do appreciate the conversation and hanging out and doing the legwork there. Once again, I do apologize, guys, because I keep.
I like it when Shiva's on panel because he puts logic into everything.
Right. Does
I
every
love
does every
that. I love that.
Yeah, and everything that we're having this conversation about, we might find
Right.
out something new, right?
You
That's like,
know who he
Okay.
reminds me of?
So I'm
He reminds
looking
me
at
of Spock.
don't
Live long and prosper.
look.
Yes, yes.
I don't look. I understand why you think that. I'm not a logical man. I'm a man driven by emotions. Have you not ever seen me get triggered?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
A few times.
Yeah. I didn't
So
stick
I'm
around, but I saw you get triggered. Yes.
right. So I'm looking at a study, which is titled. I'll put the link to it in the private chat in case you want to have a look at it.
appreciate you.
Changes
Yeah.
on metabolic parameters induced by acute cannabinoid administration (in brackets CBD THC) in a rat experimental model of nutritional vitamin A deficiency. Right.
There you go.
Okay. So cannabis. Right. So first of all right. Yeah. Cannabis administration. So I'm just reading the abstract. Background and names. All right, introduction. Vitamin A deficiency can result from malnutrition, malabsorption of vitamin A, impaired vitamin metabolism associated with liver disease, or chronic debilitating diseases like HIV infection or cancer. Background and aims. Cannabis administration has been described as a palliative symptom management therapy in such pathological stages. Therefore, this research aimed to study the effects of acute administration of cannabidiol, CBD, or tetrahydrocannabinol, cannabinol, THC, on the levels of retinol in plasma and in the liver, and in biochemical parameters related to lipid and glucose metabolism. And then there's a bunch of long words in brackets, so I'm not going to
Right.
attempt to pronounce. In a rat experimental model of vitamin A deficiency. Right, let's skip ahead. Results and conclusions. Okay. Results: the nutritional deficiency caused a significant decrease in.
That's why
Right.
you get the munchies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Acute intraperitoneal administration of cannabidiol and tetrahydrocannabinol did not improve the indices of vitamin A status in either control or vitamin A deficient rats. However, it had a significant effect on specific biochemical parameters such as glucose, triglycerides, and cholesterol. So I'm guessing from that the answer would be no, you can't uptake vitamin A from cannabis.
No.
Did it? And my original question there, Shiva, but I do appreciate you looking at it. My thing was the difference between cannabis, smoking it, and or taking it orally in its natural form was my original question.
Well, I mean, I mean, I'm guessing they just injected them with THC, or somehow introduced it into their systems.
Okay, so injection. So that would dispute like the change.
I mean, I don't think they made the rats eat it. I mean,
Gotcha.
That would be. I've seen what happens to rats when they eat weed.
Rats will eat weed.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, they
But
will.
no, thank you again, Shiva, for
I've seen
looking
that
that
effect.
up. I'm gonna put myself on mic and take a piss and grab a beer. But thank you, Shiva, for pulling that info up real quick.
oh, it's all right. I'm quite good at finding information online. Intraperitoneal, I don't know what that word means. Intraperitoneal injection, or IP injection,
That
is the injection of a substance into the peritoneum. All right, okay.
Peritoneum, I want to say like in the stomach. So you got peritoneum and peritoneum would be into the stomach if you want to confirm that word.
Yeah, it's like the lining of the stomach wall, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh, do you know, when you call English people sir, it makes them feel really weird. You know that, right?
Oh, I do apologize. I do that out of respect. Like I said, I'm a veteran, so
Why is that?
Because I'm not a knight. A
well,
sir is a knight.
Sir is a knight.
Oh,
it,
okay.
here,
Like Sir Paul McCartney and
right.
Sir
Yeah.
Elton
Well,
John.
Just so you know,
a
Shiva, like
mate
here
here is, oh my lord,
we
that has
have
a lot of
veterans,
different meanings.
and so you call people yes, ma'am, or you respect your elders, and you do, and so sir is a sign of respect, and yes, sir. I mean, even
In
if
the
they're
United States, it's a sign of respect.
yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think in the UK it's just a bit weird.
So you
Like, I mean, I think, and I
You're
think,
basically calling on the knight.
I mean,
right.
I think it's probably to do with classism, right? Like, we have a kind of class system in the UK, which is,
Exactly, and here
um,
we do, and here sir is normally respected a lot of times if you're not a veteran by your age. So when you call somebody sir, it's your elder, and that's a
Yeah.
shout out to their age. Um, I can be,
Or
I
a
was,
boss.
or ma'am, you know, like sir or ma'am or yes
Mhm.
ma'am or
That's
yes
military,
ma'am,
though.
yes sir. Exactly, and that's kind of the respect level that you get.
There's
I can
some in
remember.
the military you don't say sir to. They'll tell you shut the fuck up
Sir.
with that sir shit. I
Absolutely.
work for a living.
So, so yeah, so Shiva, that was a sign for what you just did, and we had that conversation. You looked up that data, and read it off, as that was a sign of respect from me to you when I call you sir, to out of respect.
yeah, I know, no, I know, and I know it's a kind of cultural thing. And every now and again, I just like to pull an American's leg when they call me sir. You know, just
So you just so you oh there we go. Now we're on the same page. You like to talk shit too.
Yeah.
have you not seen the
Yeah.
channel?
Have you just met Shiva?
I do a show.
Dude.
It's called the Shit Show. It's called the show.
I know.
Yes,
It's not really a show. It's not really a show. Show is way too grandiose a term for what it is.
I'm only subbed to Shiva just so I can hop in for like 1.2 kiloseconds and drop a thumbs down.
Drop a thumbs down. That's right.
Hey, a view's a view, right?
Well, and also as far as YouTube is concerned, there's no difference between a thumbs up and a thumbs down. It's just engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It helps with the algorithms.
Mm-hmm. It does. I've seen a video with like 14,000 thumbs down and 2 thumbs up, and that fucking thing was viewed about 15.5 million times. Like, what the fuck shit show's running on over here?
But then again, if that video was controversial, can't say that word, controversial, then that would be why it had so many views.
Right. Well, like I said, the algorithms and stuff. Remember before? I mean, they've always had the algorithms and stuff. And now, if you
Yes.
guys are into like the SCC and tracking, and if you have like YouTube and Social Blade and watching stuff there too, yeah, I can watch like one of the most amazing videos I've ever seen before, with 58,000 subscribers. It's got 4 views after a month. I can go watch somebody feeding like something stupid, like doing just for the top with thumbs down is like, yeah, it's like sorry, my buzz, like I said, my buzz is kicking in, but either way, but yeah, it's I still gotta take a piss. I'm sitting here fucking tying it in a knot.
Is it just now kicking in? Mine's been kicked in all day.
Right. Oh, what else is going on? What shit? Is anybody even giving Upstate a chance to talk? I think he's still getting his he's still eyeballing the
I'm
He's
still
still
here.
smiling. He keeps smiling.
Smiling because of this.
There you go.
Purple
Next
nurple.
next month, I'm going to in January. I'm going on retreat, and I'm going to next year. I'm going to make a year of precepts. So every month, I'm going to take on a precept in which I restrict my behavior in some way. And so in January, I'm going to not be taking any intoxicants for a
Really?
month. Yeah. So that basically means like not smoking weed,
Right.
not drinking booze. I'll still drink coffee. I'll smoke fags, but yeah.
Well,
Not
no,
any.
Bull.
Yeah.
By your description, you already said that coffee was a drug. By
No,
your
he said
definition,
intoxicants.
I said intoxicants. Yeah,
Intoxicants.
if I
That's the
drink a
difference.
cup of
coffee.
coffee, I will be
Coffee's not an
intoxicated.
intoxicant.
Then you
Caffeine's
shouldn't be
not.
drinking coffee because I don't get intoxicated from drinking coffee.
And that's the one thing, because I fought it. Like,
Gotta have your fucking coffee. I ain't gonna give up no fucking coffee.
I
Fuck
gotta have
that.
I have one cup of coffee in the morning. That's it. But I have to have that cup of coffee. I
Yeah.
have.
once again, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like from going back. I've talked. I've discussed this like so many times with so many people. Um, like I had a glass of tea. I don't think it was a three. The time like when you're like freezing off, like freezing ass, and through the military or whatever, and a cup of coffee, and the wife she'll have her. She's got the Keurig machine and like the little pods or whatever. But could you imagine me if I had a cup of coffee? I'm like, I'd be like, woo, because I've never had it. I've fucking put everything else in the entire world almost in my body, and for some reason I'm protesting fucking
One cup of
coffee.
coffee to you would be like 6 energy drinks.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
All at once.
Yeah, all at once.
Yeah, it would be like holy
Well,
crap.
KY should be happy. Green Bay's winning.
Is the game still on?
Yeah, it's
Very
26
good.
to 14 right now. Tennessee
All right.
is down, and it's snowing in Green Bay.
What?
Who'd you say was winning on the score update? I'm trying to
Green
keep
Bay,
track.
26 to 14.
Then they're playing who?
Tennessee Titans.
Gotcha. I'm gonna once again. I'm gonna hit mute myself for a second, and thank you for the update on the
Yep.
Hell, look.
football. So
Anytime you need a football update, I'm right there.
there you go. Oh shit, they're actually shoveling the snow with the street sweepers out there they
Yeah.
got zambonis on the football field. There we go. There's the Midwest where I'm from. Woo-woo.
Right. Well, I'm going to bounce because there's drama occurring, and I'm a drama whore. I love the drama.
Oh,
So
is it the Drama Dome?
it is the Drama Dome. Yes. So thank you for having me on your panel, Upstate Audits. It was a very enjoyable conversation.
It was awesome
Exactly.
having you up here, Shiva.
Thank you, Shiva, once again for pulling
An
up the
honor.
Thanks,
info that I
Shiva.
asked for. Appreciate you.
Yeah. All right. I'll see you all later.
See you all in the
Later,
funny
brother.
papers.
That was cool.
Yeah, Shiva's. I love him. I absolutely adore him because he's a very intelligent man. Very intelligent man, and I just and he's hilarious. So I absolutely adore him.
Yeah, I ain't got a problem with him at all.
No,
I
neither.
mean, this is the first time I think he's ever been here.
I don't have a problem with anybody really. I don't have a problem with Polly Crispy. I don't have a problem with Brian. I don't have a problem with all the people that hate each other. I don't have a problem with any of them.
No, I
And
don't either.
I go to all those panels. I go to all those chats, and I just won't bash anybody.
No.
I won't agree with them if they're bashing somebody. I won't comment if I don't like what I'm hearing or seeing. I'm out.
Like my channel, I want people to come and
Chill,
blaze, chill
chill,
out.
and blaze.
Yes. This
Yep.
is like Commander Musevich,
Yeah.
you know. I compare myself to him
And
because
Lemon
he's the
Kush.
most chillest motherfucker around, I'm telling you.
And Lemon Kush too. He's got
Yes, Lemon
chill
Kush too.
channel. Yep. And mine went in January when I started. Mine was very chill too. But I want people like Shiva to come up on my panels, and
And
because
Roadhog. Don't forget about Roadhog.
Roadhog.
Yes.
Who's Roadhog? I don't know Roadhog.
The guy above you.
Oh, Goat Boy, or you?
Yeah.
That one or that one?
Him.
Oh, him. Go boy. Wait. Wait. What? That's hard to do. Everything's backwards.
No,
Luckily,
no, you're too high upstate. I'm not Roadhog. I'm Goat Boy.
Go boy.
Yes, your go boy.
But yeah, but I'm not Roadhog. You were trying to say I was Roadhog.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There we go.
Shit.
We just
Done.
yeah.
But yeah,
Yes, he's go boy.
anybody and everybody is going to be invited up to my panels. I'm not going to, but the only thing is that you got to be nice.
Yeah, you gotta
Simple.
be cool.
Be nice. You got to be respectful and nice and pleasant. And, in any drama starts, you're gone.
No
It's that
bounce.
simple.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's that simple. And yeah, they're going to do what about the First Amendment? Freedom of speech. Fuck you. It's my channel.
Yep. There you
Yes.
go.
Fuck you.
The only one that is allowed to boot anybody out is me.
Yeah.
And
I respect that in your channel. I can boot people in different channels, but I go by their rules. I don't go by
yeah,
my own rules. I
I
wouldn't even do what I do on my channel to other people's
I
channels.
don't care if
That's
you time them out for 10 Sundays, no booting.
right. No blocking them.
Oh, they what they say matters,
Sure.
whether it's positive or negative.
Right.
And
But it better be respectful, as on my
yeah,
channel. It better
don't
be
be a
respectful.
dick while you're
Yeah.
shove it up your ass. Don't be
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
dick, you
Right.
know.
At least spit on it before I shut up your ass. Right.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
least.
yeah,
Lube it up. Come on, come on. Give us a
yes.
little.
A little Vaseline helps.
Okay.
Shit.
Throw a little, little spit on it, little KY. Like, come on, kiss me on the neck.
Yes.
Tell me I'm pretty. Get me a glass of wine, at least before I fucking hit
You
you.
got
Yeah, at
Hey, you
least
a
piece of
mouth.
shit.
at least acknowledge me before.
Right.
I,
Pull
hey,
my
I at
Shit.
least
hair.
want
Pull my
dinner,
hair.
okay? I get dinner or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still laughing my ass off.
Like I said, Silver see me around for a little bit. So you're like, come on, like trolling 101. Like I said, sweet talk me before you tell me I'm a fucking piece of shit.
Golly.
Hey everybody,
And if you're gonna be like that, well, geez. Yes.
I wanted to acknowledge my wife is up here.
Oh
Hi,
shit.
And
Mrs. Upstate.
Silver says hi, Mrs. Upstate.
Oh, you're gonna get in trouble again for waking her up again.
No, I just I want to let everybody know that it's 2:57 into this, and at 3 hours I'm gonna quit.
Okay.
But
It's been a great panel. It's been a very fun panel. So yay. You did.
yes, maybe I'll do something about weed again tomorrow. I don't know.
Well,
Why not?
I know.
There's a lot to say about weed, so that's a good subject for a long time.
I always have it nearby.
Me too.
I never have it far.
Nope. But I'll never. Will never smoke on camera.
that's
Nope.
Oh, I
Nope.
smoke on camera
I'll smoke before
every
camera.
time.
I'll smoke after camera, but I won't smoke on camera because it's
I
that's
ain't got
not
nothing
pretty.
to hide.
No, me smoking and choking is not pretty, so it's not going to happen on camera.
That's okay. Shit, everybody has their facial expressions.
Yeah, no, not while I'm coughing up a lung. Nope, not going to happen.
Some people get a little bent. They
I'm coughing
look like
because
they're going into shock sometimes, but
I'm coughing because I smoke. Hey, but I got educated a little bit today. Shiva brought up we researched some shit, and I
hell
didn't
yeah.
realize the title said weed talk, and so I'm like the least one. Like, hey, I'm like, hey,
Lulu,
didn't like to
Lulu
be
in
there,
here.
I'll
but we
tell you
learned.
what,
We
if you
learned
don't
some shit.
learn something new every day, just give up on living, dude.
Absolutely,
Because
yeah.
that's That's one thing I look for every day is a little bit of knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Well, hell, like I said, we learned the weed prices. Apparently, if we all put our money together and get the right stuff, we can get it over there and get them set up in the right direction.
I'd like to
Like about
see
forty
England
percent.
do something like what we're doing over here,
Yep,
have legalized weed.
we got it
Why can't they? We
for
tried to follow them for
medical and
years.
recreational, both of them.
Yeah, it was crazy when he said there was no. I didn't realize that there was no legality of any place there. I wouldn't have known it, because that.
Right.
Yeah,
So
let's see, Colorado, California, Oregon, Washington, and New Jersey, I think, and uh,
Washington, D.C.,
there's a couple of more states that it's legal now, but there's
New York.
more states
you got
that it's not.
Ohio.
Right.
They opened, and if somebody wants to confirm this, and I don't know it, because I was talking to somebody, one of my counselors from the VA the other day, then they said it was in. I don't know how if it wouldn't be like statewide, but in Georgia around Atlanta that it was. So if anybody wants to, does that make sense? Where you can only have it in certain counties and not the entire state, or
Right.
does it? Is
Here,
that
here it's the entire state in Oregon.
right? And so
Yeah.
that's what I had to look because
And
she
California
mentioned.
is also the entire state, and
Yes.
Washington.
Gotcha.
So I think it's the entire state.
Okay,
I
and
can't
this was
imagine it being county to county. That'd be stupid.
and
Yeah, that'd be
this was
That would
ignorant.
be
this
too hard to regulate.
and this was this that's what I was talking about. Like the state law from or federal law, whatever.
Right.
We're the United States of America. They should be whatever the law is, whatever across the board.
Yep, it
And
should.
so, and I haven't researched it yet, but that's why we're on We Talk of like, and this is the person that I'm like on a exam with.
And now that
Going,
Biden is president, somebody can slip one in when he's having one of his Alzheimer moments. We can slip in a bill to make it legal federally.
yeah, they'll like I said, they'll go both ways. But yeah, I'll have to. I have my notebook. I'll have to look that up. I brought
Cool.
that comment up just to see if that was truthful. I never like to say anything that's not truthful, other than my jokes and shit like that.
Right.
Because I'm full of shit. But there's a difference.
Upstate your overtime.
Yeah. Uh,
Who else is
I
live?
sure appreciate you guys
I'm tired
coming
of hanging
in.
out with these people.
I like hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, it was a good talk. I do appreciate the conversation and allowing me to get
Thank
up
you,
here.
Upstate.
The only reason I
Thank
got up
you,
here
Silver.
originally was
Thank
to
you,
say
Mrs.
hi to.
Upstate, for listening.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mrs. Upstate, for listening.
Oh wow, she's awake. Hey, hey,
Yeah,
go
she's playing on her phone.
pull out your earbuds. Hey, let me start flirting. I'm gonna try to get you out of that 30-day jail. Let me do the talking.
See you later. I'm gonna go.
We're about to play some freaky
Check out
freaky.
what James Richards is fixing to post
Okay.
because it has to do with a challenge that everybody's been talking about.
On which aspect of the challenge?
I don't even know. I
Okay.
think it's uh AFA.
Gotcha. Sounds good, brother. Like I said, I know you're over time. Once again, thanks for getting up here. I just didn't want you to be on there by yourself. So.
Oh, it's not overtime. It's just I was trying to get right around 3 hours because
Okay.
I want to spend some time with the old lady.
Yeah, do your thing, man. Like I said, mine's passed out, and I'm charging my stuff. So yeah, do your thing, and I'll catch you in the funny papers. And I got your number, and so if you need
Make
anything,
this go viral, he says.
make this go back. Me of the video, send it to people. I have that much. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
If it's valid, but I'll check it out and see if it's.
Yes, I will too. In fact, I even stopped my phone from scrolling, so it'll stay right there. All right, peace out, everybody. Y'all have a
No.
great night, and I will see y'all tomorrow.
Peace
I look
out, brother. Stay
forward
safe.
to the next uh, panel, 7:30 tomorrow.
And like I said, also while I got you on there, upstate, I'll
Yes, sir.
have we got the day off tomorrow. I'll have now we have that number confirmed. I'll have first send those links for the VA stuff for you that we talked about.
Okay, brother.
All right, you guys be safe. Tell
Thank you very much,
Mrs.
bro.
Upstate, stay safe. Love you. Respect. Go Army.
Peace, love, go Army.
Deuces.
Later, everybody. Thanks for stopping in. Y'all have a great night. Peace, love, and happiness.